Hello, hello, you awesome, beautiful people. Hi, Gen X Leftist. Hello, my friend. How are you today? Oh, shit. Welcome, welcome in, everybody. Back on my main account. Got it reversed. Hi, 49ers. How are you today? Thank you guys for coming in, hitting the screen. I appreciate it so, so much. Let's get going with the Diablo Smackdown. Hey, Gigi, over there on YouTube. Great to see you. Here we go. Hi, Reagan. She signs on every day for waiting for MAGA to enter the door with a this and a that and a sheepish grin. Look out, MAGA, she's about to begin. She's got moxie, it runs through her soul. She's the queen of SmackDown, yeah, it's a role. She invites the MAGA to challenge a fight. Careful where you tread, cause she's got come see Diana, a crusader of truth. Her sassy one-liners carry more than one tooth. She's bold and she's strong, she's a force to see. Diana is the badass of SmackDown Queens. MAGA tries to argue, but they have no wit. Diana hit him with facts when they start talking shit. Your logic's a mess, your facts are weak. Go step aside, boo, I've got truth to speak. She's got a heart of gold, but her force is steel. Don't ever talk over her, cause she'll make you squeal. From Twitter to TikTok, she's roaming the streets. Diana's got game, and she's hard to come see Diana, a crusader of truth. Her sassy one-liners carry more than one tooth. She's bold and she's strong, she's a force to see. Diana is the badass of SmackDown Queens. She's got a megaphone and a platform to preach. Running a show in the TikTok streets. Equality for all and respect for her crew. Come meet Sir Val and Gemma the Jew. With maggots in the corner, looking kind of small. As they stumble over word and begin the free fall. Diana delivers the end game stunner. She says, oh, look, we have a fight. Diana, a crusader of truth. Her sassy one-liners carry more than one tooth. She's bold and she's strong. She's a force to see. Diana is the badass of SmackDown Queens. So raise up our glasses and give her a follow. Come see her make all the MAGA tweets swallow. With her wit and her wisdom, she's got game. Diana's a legend, and we all know her name. Stop being so emotional. MAGA, especially you MAGA men. You guys are the weakest, saddest, most emotional men I have ever come across in my entire life. Welcome in, everybody. Make sure you hit the little orange heart up there next to my name. It just costs you 1 coin, but it makes a difference with the algorithm and how we get paid out. So I'd really appreciate that. I see you guys sharing the live like crazy. Thank you so much. I see the little things flying. You guys are just absolutely smashing it for me today, and I really, really appreciate it. Just keep on going. It looks like we're about hitting the For You page. So hopefully we get some Trump voters in here where we can have a conversation. So with that being said, if you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Let's have a chat. Thank you so much, guys. Trump is your president? Yeah, duh. I love that. They're like so like Trump's your president. Yeah, that's. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Like, so glad. I wouldn't have known if you wouldn't have told me. So dumb. Come up and talk to me. Come defend your vote then. Come defend your vote. Get up here and talk to me. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Hey, Becky. Hey, Cindy. Over there on YouTube. Hey, guys.
If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Really, really, really not hard. Just hit the guest request. I'm going to bring up my Get Back Up account, and then we'll get into it. If we have any Trump voters that are, hi OJM, that are asked the same question of Joey. You guys are delusional. What the fuck? Actually, if you're that delusional, don't request up. It's not going to go well for you. Fucking Joe Biden. They can't say anything without saying Joe Biden's name. It's wild. Wild. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Let's have a conversation. He's saving it from the elites. Yeah. Come on up here. Let's have a talk about that. With all the billionaires in his cabinet. Yeah. He's saving it from the elites. Yeah. As he gets gifted a $400 million plane. Okay, maybe I should change the background to this one. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Here we go. Based on that, what he just said. I sold my country out for spare parts and all I got was this $400 million check. The Trump voters down here, what I like about him, he's just like us. Like that Yoda, like that guy just said, oh, he's saving us from the elites. He is the elites, you numbnuts. The fuck? If they didn't have delusion, they wouldn't have anything at all, would they? Jesus fucking Christ. He's just like us, saving us from all them elites. All them elites. Did you know that he's gotten 40% of his wealth just in the first 2.5 months he was president? Yeah, he's just like you. Your kids can have $2 for Christmas. Okay. Okay. Oh, you painfully stupid. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Jesus Christ, they are dumb. It's sad, really. I mean, honestly, it's sad. I mean, I wish I lived with this kind of delusion. I guess, ignorance is bliss. But AB, how did you vote for Trump?
Of course.
How old are you and what state did you vote in?
38 in Florida, best state in the world.
Used to be.
I noticed you said we're kind of dumb, these Republicans.
Yes, incredibly.
Let me ask you something. Let's put that to the test on you now, real quick. Did Trump did not just win the war on terrorists versus China?
No. No, he did not. No.
This is why no one takes y'all seriously. Like, you really mean this?
Yes.
Did you see the breaking news?
What did we get? What did we get from China? What did we get? 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 What did we get?
30%.
What did the United States get?
Can I talk or not?
No, 30% tariffs. We pay 30% more for everything. That's not a win for the fucking American people. What did we get? What did we win?
I don't know. Do your research.
What did? No. I already know. I'm asking you if you know. You freaking numbnut.
You know, but you lie.
No, I want you to tell me.
You guys can never give him credit. This is why.
No, I will never. I'm not giving him credit for raising our prices 30%. No.
Joke. I can't take y'all serious. Bye-bye.
Of course, run away. Yeah, we pay 30% more for everything and we won. What the absolute fuck? I'm telling you, that's why I said they're delusional. Trump is the one who bent the knee. All he got was a meeting. Because they wouldn't meet with him. They told him to fuck off. Oh my Jesus. And he's the one who put the tariffs in the first place. You can't cause the problem and then come in and call it a victory. You guys have lost your fucking minds. My God in heaven, which doesn't exist, but If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. You're too delusional. The host is why we won. I hear that every day. You guys lost because you're ugly. You guys lost because you're fat. You guys lost because of your laugh. I hear it every day. Everything that we say that comes out of our mouth. That's why you lost. No, we lost because of ignorance, racism, and misogyny. Lost. Thank you for subscribing. Lost in the stars. There we go. If If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. You guys lost. We're all on the Titanic together, bitches. You guys are going down with us. The millionaires and billionaires are getting the lifeboats, and the ship's still going to sink, and you're going to be in there with us. You're going to be like the violin players that are going to just keep violining it. You're just going to keep playing until the ship goes down. Then you'd be like, oh shit, we're in the water. You're not part of the elite. You're not part of the billionaire class. You're not getting anything. Nothing. You're getting nothing. China won that one. Trump backed down. Trump bent the knee. You are so delusional. Like the amount of delusion. Like Jesus Christ. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Everybody's going down. Everybody's going down with the ship. You're not saved. There's not Democrat grocery stores and Democrat stores and Republican stores. You guys are going to be paying the 30% higher tax tariffs too. Fucking numbnuts. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Stop chirping in the comment section. Stop being scared. Stop being scared. If you voted for Donald Trump, come on up. Tina, that's funny. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Let's have a chat. Oh yeah, if I ask you a question, the answer cannot start with Joe Biden. How about that? Can't mention Joe Biden or Obama. We're talking about Donald Trump. Oh, y'all, I got my Doge check today. I got my $5,000 Doge check. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I got my $5,000 Doge check today. Just in time. I needed that money so bad. I'm gonna buy first class tickets for me and my kids to go to Elon signed it himself. So when I take my kids to the country of Mattel to go see President Barbie and Vice President Ken, we should have a fucking banging time. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Oh, you gave yours to a homeless shelter to buy dolls. Awesome. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. I'm not lost in the stars. I'm not bringing you up. I'm looking for opposition right now. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Yeah, Saudi Arabia invested $600 billion in America. Thank you, Trump. From the people who unalived Jamal Khashoggi. Yeah. Thank you, Trump. He also got himself a Trump Tower Damascus in Syria, and then all of a sudden, today dropped all the sanctions on Syria. It's almost like he's enriching himself again. You guys are so ridiculous. You guys don't give a shit about this country. There's nothing America first about Donald Trump. There's nothing America first about you, because you would care about the American people instead of almost 13 million people in this country who's going to be losing their Medicaid once this vote goes through on the House floor. You don't care about Americans. You don't care about America first. You don't give a fuck about America. Not a damn bit. The only true patriots that are left in this country right now are Democrats, because we're the only ones that are fighting for democracy. We are fighting to keep our democracy. We're fighting to keep our Constitution as law of the land, when this motherfucker is out here violating it every single day. Disgusting. We're the ones fighting for this country. You guys are selling it off to the highest bidder. I'm not bitter. I'm just telling you the truth. It's what he's doing. Did you vote for Donald Trump? Hit the guest request. Come on up. Good. I didn't want to talk to that last guest anyway. His username was gross. Username is gross. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come up and talk. Don't chirp in the comment section. Don't be cowards. Just come up and talk. California, enough said. California is the fourth largest economy in the world. They don't compete with states, they compete with other countries. You people are so delusional that it's like mind numbing how dumb you are. Noah, did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
How old are you and what state did you vote in?
I'm 23, voted, and live in Ohio.
Okay.
Just before we get into it, I just want to ask straight up, this will be respectful, right?
No Trump supporter has ever been respectful to me in the year that I've been doing this.
Okay, hopefully I can change that, but
probably not. There'll probably be a crash out real soon.
Okay. So you said that you're from California?
Nope.
Okay, my bad.
Nope. I was responding to a comment in the comment section. I live in Florida.
Oh, okay. Yes, we live in California.
No, I would rather live in California. At least they have a governor that cares about them.
Yeah, okay. Well, have you seen gas prices in California?
I don't care. I'd rather pay higher gas prices than live with fascists and dictators and shit like that.
Housing's also better in Florida right now.
Nope. Housing is more expensive in Florida than it is in California. We have the highest inflation in the entire country.
It's not what even CNN said.
I don't care about CNN. I live in reality. The statistics and graphs show that is not true. So I don't care what CNN says.
Oh, okay. Which statistics?
I'm not talking about Florida. I don't give a. I'm not talking about myself. You want to talk about something that's actually happening, like him breaking the Constitution, him dismantling our Constitution, him taking bribes from other countries. I want to talk about shit that matters, not about the state of Florida.
Well, I mean, I think housing prices do matter.
I don't care. Then go start a live that talks about housing prices.
Okay, I mean, well, you disagree? You don't think that matters?
Sure, but I don't care today. I care about our democracy and that we have a fascist dictator who's trying to take over this country, who already has, because Congress is rolled over and played dead. And he's ignoring the Supreme Court, the judiciary. So basically, he's ignoring all the other branches of government, thus making himself a dictator.
Okay, repeat what you just said about Congress.
Congress is feckless and are doing nothing to hold him accountable for what he's doing.
So Congress is allowing him. They're not doing anything to stop him, correct?
That is correct. The Republicans, the Democrats don't have the majority, so we can't do anything. It has to be the Republicans, and they're just not doing anything.
Well, therefore, if Congress is allowing him to do it, he is therefore within his rights to do what he's doing.
No, he's not, because what he's doing is against the Constitution, no matter what the Congress says.
That's, I mean, not.
It's against the Constitution. Constitution supersedes Congress, man. He's breaking the Constitution, period.
Okay, exactly how is he breaking the Constitution?
Where do you want me to start?
That's a typical response, but anywhere you would like to.
Well, there's so many. Where do you want me to start?
Wherever you would like to.
How about with the latest? Let's start with the latest. Right here, the Emoluments Clause. No person holding any office of profit or trust under them shall, without the consent of Congress, accept any of present emolument, office, or title of any kind whatever from any king, prince, or foreign state. Already, this one just this week.
What about it?
He's violating this constitutional amendment by accepting the $400 million jet. Hillary Clinton had to give back a $425 necklace that somebody gave her. He's taking a fucking $400 million plane, and y'all are like, yeah, okay. It's against the Constitution. You can't do that. He can't do that.
So, a lot of us think he actually bought that plane.
Nope.
Wasn't a gift.
Nope. Incorrect.
Okay, I mean, a lot of sources are incorrect
Then go get me a source that said he bought it. Give me a fucking break. Go get me one source. No, shut up. Don't say another word. Go get a source that he bought it. This is a new one. Y'all ready for this one? Now he bought it. This is ridiculous.
You're not going to like this, but Fox News is one Newsmax.
Nope. Fox News was sued for almost $800 million for lying. Nothing that comes out of Fox News is accurate. Newsmax is also too far right wing. Not credible sources. Do you have an AP News, BBC, anybody other than like Fox News or right wing media?
Sure, CNN has John.
I didn't say CNN. I didn't say CNN. That's not a neutral source either.
Yeah, but they have said
there's a $50 limit to gifts to people in Congress. $50. You can't take anything over $50 from anybody.
You can't buy anything?
Show me where he bought it other than Newsmax. And Fox News and CNN. Do you know CNN was bought out by a Republican about 2 years ago, which is why they went to shit?
Well, no, they're very left wing.
No, they're not. They're Fox News light. That's why nobody in the Democrat. We don't watch CNN.
A lot of Democrats.
No, they don't. Nope, they don't.
Well, I mean,
Trump said it was a gift. Trump said it was a gift. Look, you want me to get the audio where he said, "Well, I would be dumb not to take it. Like if you're offering me a plane, why wouldn't I take it?" He said it was a gift. He didn't say he bought it.
Okay, let's.
Yeah, you got gagged. Do you want me to pull up the audio, or you want to concede that you're wrong?
I'll say this. Even if I'm wrong.
No, you are wrong. No, that's not a concession. Either tell me, I'll get the audio and you're going to listen to it, or you say you concede that you're wrong.
I'll listen to the audio, but my only question.
Nope. Okay. I'll get the audio. You're not just going to keep blabbing while I have to look away. I'll get the audio. It was literally fucking yesterday, and they're like, "Oh, you have to get the audio." The fuck? Audio of Trump talking about the $400 million plane from Qatar. Oh my God. Even Fox News, Trump's $400 million Qatar jet gift. Oh my God. Since you like them so much. I said don't say anything. I'm getting it. You don't. I said no. I know you guys don't like consent, but I said no. Commercial. Hold on. Hurry up. Commercial. I'm waiting for the clip where they show. All right, I don't think that's the right quote. Hold on. All right, hold on. Yeah, Pam Bondi, who the job was right before she became Attorney General, was being a lobbyist for Qatar at $115,000 a month salary. I'm trying to find the one from yesterday. Everything's it's there's so many news stories. I'm trying to find it because he's had more today.
So you're talking about salaries? Like that's
No. I'm not talking about salaries. We're not pivoting. No.
I mean,
No. I said no. I know you don't like consent. I know you don't like consent, but I said no. We're not talking about salaries. He ran. Oh, hurry up. I can't stand your voice. Well, sir, that means it never happened. As soon as he says, well, sir, that means it didn't happen. Here we go. I'd be stupid not to take it. I know Noah probably already left, but I had to play it. You guys do also know that they're the ones who fund Hamas. Qatar. I don't know the right way to say it. I hear it both ways. Um, are the ones who fund Hamas, and the Hamas leaders live in Qatar. I respect them greatly. What? We've never helped Qatar. What the fuck is he talking about? Nothing's free. Nothing in this world's free. You damn sure know, and nothing's free. They getting something for that. Period. They getting something for that. It's Qatar. Okay. Dara, did
Can you hear me?
yeah, but you have an echo. Do you have a Bluetooth on or anything?
Yeah, I've got a little mic I'm using.
Well, it's echoing back.
How
So
about now?
oh yeah, that's better.
Yeah, well, first, the video.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Hold on, did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
How old are you and what state did you vote in?
I'm 52 and I'm in Nevada.
Okay, go ahead.
So the first video
that you played said it was a gift to the United States, and in the second video that you just played, he said we would be foolish not to accept it. It is a video to the it's a gift to the United States. It's not a gift.
It still has to go through Congress. It doesn't matter. He can't just unilaterally accept it.
It's a gift.
It has to go through Congress. It doesn't matter.
And do you think Congress would deny a new airplane?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
Yeah, you know why? Because it's not safe. It will have to be retrofitted because Air Force One has to be able to withstand a nuclear bomb. It has to have specific communications devices and protections. It has to be able to be refueled midair. They have to make sure, the Secret Service has to make sure it's completely debugged and that there's no recording devices or anything anywhere. It'll cost the American public, our tax dollars, millions of dollars to retrofit it in order for it to be safe for the president to fly in.
It would still cost less than it would to buy
Nope. We've already spent the money to Boeing for the ones to be redone, for the Air Force ones to be redone now. We've already spent that money. It's just not getting here fast enough for his liking. Tough shit. We've already spent the money on 2 Air Force Ones to be redone by Boeing.
Well, apparently it doesn't matter what anybody says. You're not going to believe it, even if the evidence smacks you in the face.
I would believe it if it was true. Absolutely. I only go on facts.
See, that's the thing. You go on facts for who? Facts that you think.
There's only one set of facts. No, there's only one set of facts. There's opinions all over the place, but there's only one set of facts. And the facts is it has to go through Congress. It has to go through Congress. It has to go through Congress. Why would we get an Air Force One that carries our president around the world from a foreign country? That is dumb as shit. It has to go through Congress. Period. That's it. Just like when France wanted to give us the Statue of Liberty, it went through Congress. It's in the Constitution, man. I'm not making it up. That's all. I'm just saying. It's in the Constitution. They can't take anything from foreign countries. You can unmute. You guys shit your drawers because you thought Joe Biden made $40,000 or whatever when he loaned his brother money, and you're like, that's money laundering from Ukraine for Ukraine influence. And you guys pissed your pants for 2 years over this Hunter Biden laptop because it was somehow Joe Biden was getting money from the Ukrainian government. And we're like, no. And there was nothing ever proven. After 2 years, nothing was ever proven. It's never been proven.
That has been proven.
It has never been proven. Never.
It has been proven.
Where?
What do you mean, where?
Yes, where?
It's been over everything for the past, what?
No. I need specificity because the House Republicans in Congress investigated them. They turned over all of their financials, all of their information. They tried for 2 years to find anything to impeach Joe Biden. I don't allow men to speak. I don't allow men to speak over me. It's not going to start with you. Wait till I'm done, then you can respond. Okay? So for 2 years, excuse me, because I muted you because you don't have self-control to allow me to finish, and I'm not going to allow you to speak over me. Men try it all the time. It's never going to happen. They tried for 2 years to impeach him on anything, and they could find nothing. Even James Comer would go to the TV. He's like, we got the smoking gun. We got the smoking gun. And then their smoking gun turned out to be a Russian spy that was picked up and put in prison. So I need you to tell me where the evidence is that proves there was a connection between Joe Biden and Ukraine.
Are you going to let me talk now, or are you going to keep muting me?
I just asked you a question, and I stopped speaking.
Okay, so here's your proof. How would
No. A source, it starts with www dot or Wall Street Journal or BBC or Al Jazeera. It's a source. A court document.
Joe Biden.
No. You don't know what a source is. No. No. A source. Oh, he left. I know. TrustMeBro.com is not a source. Yeah. That's not proof. The only reason why he pardoned his whole family was because Donald Trump said he was going to go after them. And he didn't want to spend the rest of his life in and out of court with this fucker trying to take him and his family down for nothing. It was preemptive, so they would be left the fuck alone. It's not hard to figure that out. Why don't Republicans like the Constitution? All I heard before was, we're the constitutionalists. We're the party of law and order. We follow the Constitution. Now you guys are like, it doesn't matter. The Constitution doesn't matter. What are you talking about? We don't need the Constitution. It's okay if he breaks it. I don't care. Oh, do you come back? Why'd you drop? Why'd you run away?
I didn't run away from anything.
Yeah, you did.
I'm trying to talk and you keep muting me.
Correct, because a source is not Joe Biden pardon. A source, I need evidence. Like when I say I have a source, it's I'll go and get the document for you. Like I can prove to you that Trump has 34 felonies because as a court case, I can go get the document, show you, tell you where you can find it. That's a source. You saying that because Joe Biden pardoned him had nothing to do with that case whatsoever.
And why would he pardon him if he didn't have a reason to?
He pardoned everyone in his family and the J6 committee because Donald Trump said he was going to go after them if he won again. And when he won, he said all along he was never going to pardon Hunter Biden because I don't think he thought that Kamala would lose. And then the moment that Donald Trump won, he's like, shit, I am not spending the rest of my years on this earth being drugged to court by this fat fucker. So he just pardoned everybody, including the January 6th Commission, all of the people that he said he was going to go after.
You don't pardon innocent people just like innocent people don't run from cops.
Mm-hmm. Sure thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's not, you're just making stuff up, but that's not proof anyway. That's not a source. So your claim is still denied.
And was Trump actually charged on any of those felonies?
Oh my God. He was convicted on 34 felony counts. He has been convicted and adjudicated. And when he won the election, he was out on bail.
And how did those charges come about?
Do you not know? Do you not know?
How did those charges
Do you not know?
Oh, I know exactly how they came about.
I do too. So go ahead and tell me.
And there's a statute of limitations, correct? And every one of those was out of the statute of limitations.
No, and let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
They were out of the statute of limitations because they were built on the statute of limitations.
Dara, and that's why I keep muting you because you don't shut the fuck up whenever I try to speak. In the state of New York, when you leave the state of New York, if you commit a crime in the state of New York and you leave the state, your time is tolled, which means it's stopped. So when he was president for 4 years in the White House, he was not in New York. All of the time when he was living in Florida, when he's living in Washington, D.C., the time is tolled. It's called tolled, T-O-L-L-E-D. The time is tolled, okay, which means it's stopped. And once he enters the state of New York again, those charges can then be brought in because they don't want people committing crimes in the state of New York and then fleeing. So the time is told once they leave the state, and if they come back in, they can be prosecuted. I mean, that's Law School 101. Is the first thing that Donald Trump's attorneys would have done was check for statute of limitations. That's the first thing. I'm a paralegal. I'm not an attorney, but I'm a paralegal. And I know that's the first thing that attorneys look at when any charges are brought because they want to be able to nip it right in the bud if the statute of limitations is up.
And it also changes if they have residency in that state, correct?
No, if they leave the state and they're not residing there. Nope. Nope.
He has residency in New York.
No.
Yes, he does.
No, he was not living there.
he still has residency there.
Jesus fucking Christ! It doesn't matter.
You have to live in your residence.
God damn.
It doesn't
You
matter
have to
because
live in the state, sir. Every state.
His house could be empty, but he made Mar-a-Lago his residence, by the way. He does not live in New York.
But you have to live there for 6 months of the year.
He votes in Florida. He votes in Florida, so he's not a resident of New York. How do I know? I live in Florida too. Did we gag him, Val?
I don't think he understands that Trump made his primary residence Florida.
You're unmuted.
I don't know why this. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you've been unmuted the whole time.
Well, I don't know why it's not working.
It is working. We can hear you.
Well, it could be the brain of the person who's using it. The thing is, sir, is, a minute ago, what brought me up was you said you only get pardoned if you're guilty.
No, that's not what I said. I said,
That
why
is
would
what
you
you
pardon
said.
a guilty? Why would you pardon somebody that's not guilty?
Well, we'll
Innocent
get into
people
that in
don't
a
get
second, sir. But I want you to think about your statement a minute. But it was Donald Trump that asked his Attorney General if he could pardon himself.
Yeah. Why would he have to pardon himself if he wasn't guilty?
Well,
Oh,
everybody
gagged him
else is
again.
pardoned, so why not?
Sir, I don't think you understand pardons.
Nope. Just like everything else. Well, I asked you for a source and you told me Joe Biden pardoning. That's not a source. So I'm not far off, okay?
Well,
You guys just excuse his criminality because you want to.
And it's like you pick sources because you want to.
No, facts, sir.
Sources because they're factual stories and evidence, because they're court
And you pick
documents,
sources
because they're
places that you want to pick
because
from.
they come from
And there's nothing
actual
else that's
bills. No,
gonna
sir. Sir, you can stop now. Because we pick sources. Because they come from court documents. They come from laws.
From Congress
They
or
come from
whatever,
the
yeah.
Constitution. They come from the minutes during the House, the Senate, the Supreme Court, the lower courts. This is why we pick sources. This is
No.
also how we pick sources.
Is he running away again? Thank you guys for meeting the live goal. Jen, thank you for the $2 cash app. Thanks for the great live. Keep dog walking. Thank you, Jeff. If you guys want to support my live, or real quick, if you want to support my live and you're enjoying the dog walking, my Cash App and Venmo are both spelled the same way right here on the yellow banner. If you want to help support my live, I am here every single day, 7 days a week from 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern, doing this daily, holding Trump voters accountable for what they voted for. Go ahead, Dara.
And so, you say, well, they tried to impeach. The Democrats tried to impeach Trump for the first
No, they
time.
did.
So they succeeded.
They succeeded because there was enough evidence.
Yes, they
They
succeeded.
succeeded in making up garbage.
No,
Nope.
The
they
steel dock
succeeded,
was
sir.
100% made up, and it was paid for
No,
by
sir, there was none of that.
Oh my
made up.
God.
That also came from court documents and evidence.
Correct.
There's not one damn thing that came from court documents and
Really?
Yes, there was.
prove it. What's your source?
That would be Congress.
What's your source?
That would be
You throw that out to me all
Congress.
the time. What's your
Sir,
source?
that would
What's your
actually be
source?
Congress.gov.
Congress.gov. Yes. You can find it all there.
All the minutes and where those things came from.
All the evidence, all of the paperwork. That's the whole problem. You guys don't research anything and you don't learn anything and you don't read anything. You just go by what you're told, especially by Cheeto McFucknut, that you're Fanta fascist. Whatever comes out of his mouth. You don't read anything. You don't research anything. If you can go.
I research and read plenty.
You can go read. You can go read the minutes from his impeachment hearings. Every single piece of evidence that was provided. You can read it for yourself.
And every one of that was made up. That's the thing.
No, it has the evidence attached.
Those came from people that were charged and went to jail, sir. When I say court documents, it was because several of those people went to jail.
A lot of people went to jail.
And where are they at now?
Jail. Some of them served their
Some of them have already served their time.
Yeah.
Real quick, Gregory, thank you for the $2 to start a $2 challenge. Okay, Gregory is challenging everybody watching right now to send $2 to my Cash App or Venmo here to help support my live. Thank you, Gregory. I appreciate that. If you want to send $2, I'd really appreciate it right here. Oh, he dropped. He got gagged. Don, thank you for the $10 Cash App. This guest is clueless. Trump is disgusting. I agree. Successful dog walking. Thank you, Val. Yeah, he got a little bit less aggressive when you came up. When he was up here, he would not let me get a word in edgewise. I had to keep muting him because he would not.
That's not common. I mean,
He's misogyny. They throw it around like it's their job. Thank you guys. We are up to 170,000 likes. Let's see if we can get to 200,000. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys for knocking out these live goals every time I put them up. I really appreciate you. Your support means everything. Thank you so much. Roger, hi. Did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Okay. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
45, California.
Okay. Did you want to add to that conversation or what did you want to talk about?
Yeah, so actually, I'm probably a little different from most of the people that call in. I actually agree with you that under the Constitution that he does need the consent of Congress to accept the plane.
Mhm.
I guess my issue is that at this point, I don't think he's done anything wrong because Congress can still give consent for the plane. So at this point, I don't agree with you that he's done anything wrong. But even if you want to make the argument that he did something wrong at this point, it wouldn't be illegal. It would just be
No, yes, it would be. Absolutely would be. Yep.
So that plane is now sitting in the U.S. in San Antonio. Okay, but so it would be unconstitutional, right? Hold on. So he was given approval to do this by his saying from Pam Bondi.
Who used to be the lobbyist for Qatar?
Okay, there's a lot illegal going on here. And sir, when you read into this, you might want to look up the $5.5 billion golf course. Okay. Have you ever heard of something called official acts?
That's not an official act.
Not an official act. Oh, okay. So what? So yes, from another country are not official acts. Oh, okay. And you know this now? Sir, I've studied the Constitution my entire life. Oh, I see.
Yeah. It's called the Constitution. The Constitution gives us framework. Yeah.
I know more than his attorney. What else?
You don't. Do you hold on? Do you think Roger? Excuse me. Yeah, I don't allow men to speak over me. Nope, not going to happen. Pam Bondi's job right before she became Attorney General. Do you know what her job was? I'll invite you to unmute.
To be a lobbyist for Qatar?
Yeah, at $115,000 a month salary. You don't think it's a conflict of interest that all of a sudden Qatar is now giving them a $400 million plane, and she approved it? That's a big conflict of interest, friend.
The problem is, I agree with you. But President, listening to her. Hold on, you're not looking at part of the story. You're looking at part of the story. This is the man that came out 2 months ago and said that only him and Pam Bondi could determine the rules for the executive branch, which is a lie.
That's not true.
Constitutionally incorrect. The rules for the executive branch are laid out in Article 2, the Constitution.
Not Donald Trump and Pam Bondi.
Articles 2, Section 9 specifically covers this subject. specifically.
Really? So how much of a vote is required for the Congress to give consent? Is it simple majority or is it 2/3?
No, I believe it would be a simple majority.
I think it's a simple majority, but Republicans aren't going to do it
Does it say
either.
that?
Sir, that says it has to go through Congress. Congress
No.
rules are
It
laid out.
says it has- Congress needs to give consent.
Congress's rules are laid
And
out.
all it says
Hold
is
on, sir.
consent. Is
Hold on,
it
sir.
simple majority?
Shut
or is
the
it
fuck
2/3?
up.
Dude, you have to stop
Or I'll shut you
talking.
up.
Either way.
Congress's rules are set by Article 1.
Okay, so is it a simple majority or is it 2/3?
It would probably be a simple majority.
Therefore, it's not mentioned, is it?
Sir, it is mentioned.
Just fucking delusion.
From another country.
You
Sir,
just said
from
it's
another
not
country.
mentioned.
It specifically says in the emoluments clause that a gift from another country has to be approved by Congress.
Right. By what?
As soon as you say approved by
By
Congress,
2/3.
sir, that means a vote by Congress. That's
Right.
all that means.
Okay, but does it need to be simple majority?
Who cares?
Probably be a
What do you mean,
simple
who cares?
majority.
That makes all the difference, doesn't it?
Sir, I just told you it would probably be a simple majority.
Okay, but who
The
interprets
fact, the
that?
problem here
Oh
is
my
this
fucking
is
God.
what we brought forth to Congress, sir. And hold on, so you know, this has actually been done before.
I'm gonna Google it.
Do you know what object in this country it was done with?
I do.
When you
I-
about the statute of
Yeah.
So therefore, we already have an example of what is done. And with the Statue of Liberty, it went through Congress, it was discussed, and it was a majority vote.
Okay. Is the statute the same as an airplane?
It's a gift from a foreign country. Damn.
So one flies and one doesn't.
It's a gift.
The stupidity of your argument right
It's
now
so ludicrous. I can't believe we're entertaining
shows
it.
the lack of education you truly have.
You're the one saying that the emoluments clause says that it's simple majority when it doesn't. You're the one making things up.
No, I didn't say that.
He didn't say it said it. He said he thinks it would be.
No, sir, listen again. Here, I'm gonna lie through the skin. Now shut the fuck up again.
And that's why Trump shouldn't be
Let me
asking
help you out.
that.
Oh my God, shut up.
I'm going to help you again and say exactly what I said. Article 2, Section 9 covers the Emoluments Clause. The Emoluments Clause says it has to go through an approval of Congress. To go through an approval of Congress, that would be the step set up in Article 1. Article 1 states, yes, it would be a simple majority. But it would have to take that.
And Google just told me, and Google's free, and I just asked Google, and Google said, yes, a simple majority of vote in Congress is required for the acceptance of foreign emoluments. Oh, that was really hard. Go ahead, Val, sorry.
Yeah, that is not.
But that's the Constitution, sir.
That is not.
How many articles are in the Constitution? Hold on, stop. How many articles in the Constitution?
How many articles?
Mm-hmm. Do you have to go look it up? I see you have to go look it up.
And what does that prove?
How many? So you don't.
If you don't know, say I don't know. Just have some integrity if you don't know.
Hold on, sir. Let me help you out. It's 9 articles, sir.
Okay, and what does that prove?
Sir, hold on a minute. It's 9 articles. What are
Okay,
the first 10
and what does that prove?
What are the first 10 amendments called?
The Bill of Rights, and what does that?
Okay, how many amendments do we have?
25, and what does that prove?
27.
27.
27, and what does that prove?
Okay, so it proves you don't even know.
Okay,
The
and so I
Constitution.
missed it by 2, and what does that
What's
prove?
the first part of the Constitution called, sir?
The preamble, and what does that prove?
All right.
Who cares? What's the
What's the first 3 words of the preamble?
Are you
What's
upset
the
that you're
first
making
3
that I
words of the
something
preamble?
else about the moment?
Hold on, sir. What's the first 3
Is that
words?
what you're upset about? That
What
you
is the
don't
first
make it
3 words?
You're not listening. You're not listening, Roger.
You got
Sir,
Shut the fuck up. You're not listening to the question. You're just rambling.
now again, what are the first 3 words of the preamble?
that you're a moron.
Thank you for talking for yourself. Okay? It's we that, see, sir, because I don't care about you as much as I do the 1.1K people in here. It's we the people, sir. Now, with we the people, who is our direct representative of we the people? Come on, come on. Here, I'll help you out. It's the reason, it's the first article. Okay. And so who's the representative? Who's the representative of the people, sir?
You're not listening to the question.
Who's the representative of the people, sir?
Okay, what does it have to do with the Moments Clause?
Sir, I don't even care about the Emoluments Clause anymore. I care that you don't know shit about the Constitution.
You don't know about the Constitution.
You don't know how the Constitution works, sir. Because when I challenge
Oh, you challenge us on a simple majority. Oh, fuck off.
Sir, why was Article 1 the first? Why was
Shut
Article 1
up.
the rules of the Congress? The first article.
it's in the majority, and then
You're not responding to the conversation. You're just rambling.
He's stupid. He doesn't have the education for this conversation.
Ask you a question, and then you say, "Oh, it's simple."
You don't have the education level for this. Sorry.
If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. I'm not entertaining the dummies. Cheryl, thank you. Let me say some thank yous real quick. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Cheryl, thank you for the $1 for what's your source. Now they ask. Right. Ruby, thank you for the $2 for the $2 challenge. Electric Elshar, thank you for the $5 for the dog walking. Do you have your leash? I have to find my leash. I should get it because I've been walking their asses today. Terry, thank you for the $10 for the admiration I have for all you do. Thank you so much. Michelle, thank you for the $2 for the $2 challenge for teaching the mentally challenged. Wanda, thank you for the $5. Keep dog walking maggots. Thank you so much. Zach, thank you for the $22. You spit facts with the best of them. Much respect. Thank you, Zach. Appreciate that. That's so nice. Thank you, guys. There's a $2 challenge for everybody to send $2 to my Cash App or Venmo. It's up here on this little banner. If you want to help support my life, appreciate it. Thank you. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request and come on up. Johnny, how did you vote for Trump? Johnny? Johnny Likely?
Johnny come lately.
Johnny, I was just going to say that. You totally took it from me.
Yes, Jennifer, if you click on me, it's in my bio.
All right. I guess Johnny maybe didn't mean to. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Miss Parker, did you vote for Trump?
No, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Maybe that was an accident. Thank you for tapping the screen. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Let's chat. Still Shining, did you vote for Trump?
I sure did.
Okay. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
I'm 38. I'm in California.
Okay. Did you want, I don't know if you want to add to that conversation, but what did you want to talk about?
Well, I just wanted to talk about how other countries are respecting Trump. You see how he's going to Saudi Arabia. You see how everything is unfolding. And I think it's just a matter of time before things start getting better.
Well, do you,
You're out of your damn mind.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, just as simple as I can put it, and I'll tell you why. UK doesn't respect. None of our allies actually respect.
No.
Not a single one. So Canada doesn't.
Hold on.
Japan is threatening to sell off over $1 trillion of U.S. Treasury bonds, which will absolutely destroy our economy.
Well, let's see if that happens.
Okay, sir. Does that sound like respect?
No.
I don't
Definitely doesn't respect them. Australia doesn't respect them. Canada doesn't respect them.
Nobody can hear you if you're talking at the same time.
Doesn't respect them. That's I mean, I don't know where you're coming from with these
in these talks. But, sir, you might want to find a different argument because the only countries that respect him have something in common.
Dictators.
Okay, so.
Well, can I ask you a question?
Saudi Arabia.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Saudi Arabia's a dictatorship.
Just
It's a dictatorship?
yes.
Oh, absolutely.
For
It's
sure.
ran by the piece that he signed. It's ran by a king, sir.
It's a king.
Okay, I get it. A lot of
I'm trying to ask a question, but you are ignoring my voice to talk to Val and keep talking to him. And I'm trying to ask you a question. Do you not think that it's a conflict of interest that he gets a $5 billion golf resort built in Qatar, and then a few days later gets a $400 million plane from Qatar, and then at the same time, he announces Trump Tower Damascus in Syria, and today he drops sanctions on Syria. There is nothing that he is doing that he's not getting something out of, personally.
And, okay.
They made fucking Jimmy Carter sell his peanut farm before he became president because it was a conflict of interest.
Now, do you think, let me just say this, do you think the Democrats, or let's say Nancy Pelosi, all them, do you think they get things on the side from doing what they do? Look, I don't know if it's true because we haven't gone through the whole thing, but
if it's true, then yes, get them out. Yes.
Get them out.
Get them out. We're fine with that.
So we've proven that with Hernandez. Okay, they
Menendez.
That they've been getting money from all.
No. You have to have proof. You have to have proof.
Okay.
Yeah. No, we require proof. And I'm muting you because you seem to have a problem listening to women because you always want to talk over me. And I don't allow men to speak over me. So let me say this and I'll let you answer. If Nancy Pelosi is insider trading or whatever, she was already wealthy before she was in Congress. Her husband is a trader or whatever. So that's her thing. But if they have proof of known insider trading, like Marjorie Taylor Greene admitted on Twitter, get them all out. That none of them should be able to benefit. The thing is Democrats will hold their people accountable. Republicans don't. Are you going to run away? Are you leaving? We require proof. Just like they proved Bob Menendez got 11 years in prison for taking gold bars from Egypt. And we're like, bing! Did you see us fighting to try to keep him from being indicted or anything? No. We're like, get him out.
We actually asked him to leave office before he went to trial.
And he refused, but yes.
He left.
Of course he did. Because if they just want to run roughshod over me. And they just want to keep talking. So all I care about, I want everyone that's corrupt to be gone. Democrat or Republican. Don't care. Yes, I had to mute him. I have to mute him because men do not have to have self-control when a woman is talking. The Republicans protected George Santos because they needed his seat. The Democrats told Menendez to get out. Democrats are the most corrupt party ever. They're so delusional, Val. It's so sad. Like we need mental health counseling for these people.
We need mental health for the mental health that's needed.
My God.
Let's see. I think I had stock market.
If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. It is my live. So when men want to come up here and just run roughshod over me, that's why I have to mute them. I don't allow it. Their words are not more important than mine. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request and come on up. Let's have a conversation. How about those stock prices? You don't, he's the one who crashed the economy to begin with. You don't get the person who sets the fire doesn't get to come in as the hero once they bring a hose and start putting it out. He's the one who crashed the economy. So just because the stock market's going back up a little bit doesn't mean he gets a goddamn ounce of credit. You people are delusional as fuck. Sean, did you vote for Trump?
Sorry, it was a misclick.
Okay. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. They're so dumb. How about them gas prices? I mean, how about the stock market now? How about the stock market now? If it ain't back up to 44,000, then
It was almost 45,000.
it was almost 45,000. So if it's not back up to that, don't care. He doesn't get credit for tanking it and then bringing it up a little bit. Jesus Christ. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Let's have a conversation. There's 1.1 thousand people in here. I know there's Trump voters in here. So stop being scared and come up and have a conversation. Val and I both have had very good civil conversations with a lot of people, but we will match energy. And if you disrespect me by constantly talking over me, then I'm going to mute you. I'm going to respond in kind. Oh, I know they're here. I see them all over the comments because they're too scared to come up and talk to me. They know they can't defend this. But I would like to ask a Big Goo Wop. Big Goo Wop. Why don't you come up here? I have a very specific question about this plane. I want a Trump supporter to come up. I have a question specifically for someone about the plane. If someone please could come up and you can drop down after I ask it, or you can stay and keep talking, but I really have a specific question. If you think that him just getting this plane and they're not getting anything in return is in a second, Mitria, I want this question.
And I think the excuse is the biggest issue for me. This plane can never be Air Force One.
No, it's safe. I mean, just for security alone.
Well, one, it's not built on the, you know what I'm saying, the standard passenger
Correct.
plane, Boeing 747, is not built on the same superstructure that Air Force One is. Air Force One carries a lot of weight and a lot of different equipment and a lot of defense capabilities.
Correct.
And that it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? That plane's much different. It has larger engines than any other 747. It's a much different plane. And I mean, you know, you could take that plane, go scrap it for metal, and build a whole new superstructure, build a new one. But it could never really be Air Force One.
It would just be too much money to retrofit it. I mean, just ridiculous. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request.
I mean, my thoughts on this is somewhere down the line, it's going to find, well, this plane couldn't be done for that, and he's going to find a way to get this plane out of the DOD.
Of course.
That's my guess.
They already said it was supposed to go to the presidential library or whatever, so that's how they're trying to do it. Like, that's not, the plane doesn't go to a presidential library. It's so stupid. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. I really want to ask this plane question to somebody. Big Goo Wop. Did you vote for Trump? I know you did because you've been chirping like mad. How old are you? And what state did you vote in?
I'm 40 from Michigan, voted for Trump, of course.
Okay. Are you married? Are you married?
Am I married? Yes.
Okay. If your wife came home and said that just some guy gifted her with a $450 million plane, would you have questions?
Well, yeah, of course. Question.
What if she said, "Don't worry about it. We're just friends"?
Donald Trump, the president.
No. We're just friends. I don't have to do anything for it. Would you buy it?
That's completely different. No, it's not.
No.
Of course I would.
Do you think he's not getting it? You don't think she'd be getting anything out of it? If she's like, no, there's no strings attached. No strings attached, man. It's just a gift. He just wanted to give it to me because he likes me. Would you buy it?
I mean, hey, no, I wouldn't. Not in that instance.
Exactly, and I don't buy it from him either.
Well, I mean,
They're not giving him that for nothing.
Right. So the fact that you voted him and you just said that you just said we know there's something behind the deal. That is a problem. That is a problem. Do you not get that? I don't get it. Why is it a problem? Sir, why does the emoluments clause exist?
He doesn't even know what that is.
I don't know that.
Okay, here we go. I'll put it up here on this. It's in the Constitution right here. I'll read it to you. Okay. This is in the Constitution, Article 1, Section 9, Clause 8. No person holding any office of profit or trust under them shall, without the consent of Congress, accept any present, emolument, office, or title of any kind whatever from any king, prince, or foreign state. It is specifically against the Constitution.
Oh well. I really think there's bigger other things to worry about.
No, sir.
Then our Constitution?
In our Constitution, did you not hear what you just said?
He got a plane. What you do?
So you don't care about the Constitution or the rule of law, do you?
Not stupid laws.
Not stupid.
The
laws.
Constitution.
Yeah, that's a pretty stupid law.
The Constitution's a stupid law.
Yeah.
This is what we're dealing with, folks. This is what we're dealing with. These people vote, and this is what we're dealing with. People who don't care about the Constitution. This is stupid.
You see, I don't like
Ignoramuses. Absolute ignoramuses.
I don't like the way rules. They write rules in a way where they can contradict each other. Now you can do lobbying, which I consider bribing.
Sir,
But that's perfectly legal.
That's not a gift.
Yeah, hold on. What party allowed lobbying?
It doesn't
To
matter.
the extent, hold on, sir. To the extent that we have it right now, and what court case created that?
I wouldn't know that.
You wouldn't know that.
You don't know anything.
That would be the Republicans. And that case would be called Citizens United. Citizens United is the reason because it made corporations people.
So they could donate and lobby. Republicans.
It's just another form of bribery to me. So what's your point?
It's not a
Just
gift.
For the party that allowed it.
Listen, sir. I don't know if you know this or not, but that's the way the world works. It has an always.
The Constitution's not supposed to work that way.
No, the Constitution is not up for grabs. What you're talking about, the problem that you're talking about, sir, is actually caused by what I just brought up. Okay? That wasn't brought up by the
It doesn't
Constitution.
matter if the Republicans are the ones who are responsible for this lobbying thing we were speaking of. That they both parties benefit from it. So
Sir,
regardless,
which party gets the biggest chunk of money from
it
lobbyists?
doesn't matter.
Which party gets the largest chunk of money from lobbyists?
Who gets the
Sir,
least?
what
Who does it
party
more?
is advocating right now for tax cuts?
Benefit.
What party right now is advocating for tax cuts for the wealthy?
And cutting Medicaid and food assistance for the poorest and neediest.
Did you hear me?
No, you were muted.
So Trump is advocating for no taxes. No.
Can you respond to the question that was asked of you, please?
And what was it? I didn't hear it.
I said, what party is advocating for tax cuts for the wealthy? And sir, before you bring up no tax on tips and no tax on overtime, I want to make something real clear. That was not presented in the budget that they put forth.
It's not in there.
Sure about that?
Yes. Can you answer the question?
Oh, it's Republicans. The wealthy
Yes.
should get tax cuts.
The wealthy should get tax cuts.
Just keep voting against your own best interest, boo boo. It's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're too dumb to have this conversation, to be honest with you.
And you can pick me somewhere else, okay?
You heard me? I believe in trickle down economics. Why wouldn't the wealthy?
We've had over 40 years of evidence that trickle down economics has never worked. It has never worked. It will never work. You've been lied to. You've been conned. Money never has trickled down because all they do is hoard the wealth at the top, put it in offshore accounts, reinvest it, do stock buybacks. Me and you never see shit. So you just keep voting against your own best interests.
Yeah. Since he wants to use keywords, sir, what is supply side economics?
So who creates all these job
Sir,
standards?
sir, who created supply side economics?
Supply side economics. Now, to be honest with you, I don't know.
He doesn't know anything.
Sir, because you won't go read on the subject when you decided to use the words trickle down economics. Trickle down economics. Trickle down economics was the term given to it by politicians. It was actually called supply side economics when Reagan created it.
And it's the workers that make them, give them the value. It's workers. It's us who give them their value. Without our work, they wouldn't be billionaires.
No, sir. It tells me what the reason I asked you that way is because it tells me that you've never taken a class on economics. Okay, that's the reason I ask it. Now, sir, here's the next question. What has been the money growth difference between the middle class and the rich since supply side economics has been put in place? What's the wealth gap become?
I think that has a graph.
It's become a little larger.
A little larger?
A little bit.
A little more?
Understatement of the year.
Sir, the wealthy used to control about 42% of the money. They now control about 80% of the money. The wealthy hold all the power. And it does not trickle down. The middle class has shrunk from 53% to 42%.
So why do you keep voting for it? It's not benefiting you a goddamn bit.
The Democrats aren't doing anything, are they? What grabs that mean?
That was actually Kamala Harris's full platform was to end supply side economics.
Exactly. With anyone that makes under $400,000 a year, which is most of us, not having any tax break and taxing the corporations their fair share. That was literally her entire platform.
And what do you mean taxing corporations their fair share? They're already taxed.
No, they're not. Sir,
Oh my Jesus Christ on a fucking cracker.
What do you think? Hold on, I want to make sure you understand this because, like I said, I know you've never taken an economics course. Sir, what's the tax rate for the wealthy right now in corporations?
Just say you don't know, because I guarantee you don't know.
It is 32%.
Nope, it's 21%.
Oh, dang it, I was off a little bit.
A little bit?
That's a lot.
What's your tax rate?
Maybe I had it backwards. About 35, 38.
21.
24 to 26, depending on your income. And that's going to go up under this new tax plan. So you're telling me that corporations should pay less than the American people?
A teacher.
Yeah.
Me.
Oh.
Now, sir, now, hold on.
What I mean
Since
is-
Trump,
No,
since
hold on,
the TCJA,
Can I correct that?
yes,
Can I correct that?
I'll let you.
Now, my whole stance on taxes is I don't think just because you make a lot of money, you should tax your ass off. But I also don't think.
Why? Why not? They're the ones that can afford to.
Sir, what does it matter if I pay
They should be
24%?
penalized.
Hold on, sir. What does it matter if I pay 24 to 26% of 100 grand, 200 grand, 300 grand, 400 grand, 1 million? Why does it matter?
What do you mean? Why is it making? If you spend 24%,
I'm spending the same. I'm
on
paying
1
my share of taxes on
listen.
what I make.
If I pay 24%.
If you paying what?
You're breaking up really bad. So many people simping for billionaires. I'll never understand it.
No, I don't get this at all. And I know why DJ's here.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a second, because I got bad service. Hey, bro, how can you be black up here talking about
Dude, go somewhere else. Your Wi-Fi shit.
Your mic's going bad.
Do you know what the 13th Amendment is, Brad?
Don't ask him about voting rights, DJ.
I mean, like, seriously, this dude's up here talking about, I don't care about stupid laws in the Constitution and black. No, that's crazy word. Who is black? Who would insult me like that? Black. Don't insult you like what? What's your nationality? I'm Honduras. Don't insult you like that. So it's no one insults you like that? Yeah. That just had assume.
What the hell?
He wasn't assuming your nationality, sir. He assumed your color. That's what I meant.
Turn your camera on. I just invited you to turn your camera on. Once you turn it on, hit save. Once you turn your camera on, hit save so we can see you.
I don't want you to see my face. I bet you don't.
I bet you don't.
You motherfuckers made me laugh for real. Like, you wild, bro. All right, I'm done schooling you guys for this.
Oh. He didn't know anything about anything.
Oh my god! I gotta get up here and talk to this dumbass. Oh my god!
I'm guessing you heard me when I said pick me. You can go pick me somewhere else.
Yeah! I mean, dude, like, it's insane. Like, oh, we're so in trouble. Oh.
I'm telling you.
It's so sad, man.
It is.
It's like, the fact that you don't care about the Constitution and being a dark-skinned person in this country, whether you're a Honduras or whatever the fuck you claim you are, when they scoop all us, they scooping you too, bro.
Well, it makes me wonder what part of Honduras he's actually because there was nothing. See, so everybody knows Honduras is two parts. So everybody knows. You have Honduras, and then you have the island.
So cute.
Okay, and the island is French Creole.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the people on the island are black. Real quick,
Amanda. Oh, sorry. Real quick, Amanda. Thank you for the $4 Venmo or Mandolin. Thank you. One for the $2 challenge for me, and another one on behalf of someone who can't afford to support right now. Thank you, Amanda. That was really nice. Thank you, Mandolin.
The mainland is Hispanic.
And he's still brown, bro. Like,
he wasn't Hispanic.
No, he wasn't. I can tell by the way they talk and they move. Cause I just listen. You know, I can tell the vernacular. And so he, like you said, the pick me. They ain't picking you, bro. They're never going to pick you. If you're still here, they're not gonna pick you.
Real quick, I got a few more thank yous. Sorry they just came through. It looks like they were sent a while ago, but they didn't come through on my phone. Ruby, thank you for the $2 for the $2 challenge. Electric Alshar, thank you for the I did say $5 for the $5. Brandy, thank you for the $10. Tell him he should have been swallowed. Oh, thank you, Brandy. Don, thank you for the $1. Republicans put bill cutting Medicaid last night. Yep. And they were supposed to be voting on that today. And Rhonda, thank you for the $10. He's just here to waste your time. I think so too. Thank you guys for the support.
Thank you, Electric Gal, Cheryl, and Gregory for the cash apps. Thank you.
Well, thanks for bringing me up, Diava. Good to see you. I'm gonna drop down.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Tony.
Just a
I know. I'm gonna see you soon. You drop me down because I guess it messes with the algorithm or whatever.
Yep, I got you.
So, all right.
If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up.
Making DJ drive up from San Diego to come see me in LA.
That's so awesome. I'm so jealous. Everybody, make sure you're following my backup that's above Val now because it dropped when I was reading. Oh, get ready, Val. she was here yesterday, but you weren't because you were cheating on me with Mishi.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Candy, I already know you voted for Trump because you were here yesterday, but remind us, how old are you and what state you voted in?
45, South Carolina. I just wanted to say that I agree with everything he said. I mean, they're taking Medicaid away. These people need to learn to get a job. There are plenty of them out there.
Medicaid? Do you know what Medicaid's for?
Yeah, people that have babies. I didn't get it though when I had a child.
For people that have babies, you think that's all Medicaid's for?
Yep.
It's for people in nursing homes, ma'am. It's also for people in nursing homes.
Don't take away from the elderly because they need it. They work hard to deserve it. And they work hard to get
Who do you think he's taking it away from, man?
So, but I support him on everything he does because he's been here.
Your support comes with ignorance. And I hate to say that, but it's the truth.
No.
But yes, it does, man, because you just came up here and you just thought Medicaid was all about babies.
It's for disabled people too.
It's for the disabled. It's for people in nursing homes. It's for the elderly in this country. It's for a lot of things. Medicaid and Medicare are what take care. Most of what they take care of are our elderly.
Right. And I said keep the elderly.
Yeah, but they're not discriminating on whether it's old or young. It's just it's getting cut. It's going to affect people. It's going to affect people that are in nursing homes. And what if they don't have any family that can take care of them? What are they supposed to do with them? Put them out on the street?
Man, what did you think raising the Social Security age up to 67 was going to do?
Oh, I don't care.
You don't care.
No.
Well, she said yesterday she makes triple digit income.
I can't make it 6 digits.
So you make $100 income?
That's what she said, 3 figures. She said yesterday.
50,000 a year at my job.
50,000 a year. And you know 50,000. How much?
I make over 60,000 a year.
60,000 a year. That puts you on the average income level. Moderate. You do realize that, right?
You know, my bills are paid.
Man, what happens when that 60,000 a year goes away?
I have my house. I get work every day. I'm not lazy like
You
that.
get work every day, man. What happens when your body says you can't do that job anymore?
What if you get hurt?
It's not a physical job. I don't have that issue.
You don't have that issue. You don't have that issue. Oh.
Hold on, Mitria wants to
But you
go up and
think
talk to her.
Americans here don't have that issue?
They can do my job. They can sit behind a computer all day and type.
Well, they can sit behind a computer all day and type.
Candy,
So what was retirement for?
yes. What's your question?
My question for you is, do you use both hands to type?
Yes, I do.
Do you have to type so many words a minute for your job?
No.
Okay, well, I have one arm and one good hand after a stroke. How do you expect me to get a job typing if that is something that they require and I can't meet their speed standards?
There's always something out there.
There's not.
Something out there.
She had a stroke,
Do
Candy.
you make assumptions about these things? Is it the most foul thing that there is about the MAGA party?
Remember, it is. It's
Make these assumptions that everybody can get a job. Well, not only do I have trouble getting a job because of my disability, your president that you are up here,
Simping for.
that's a better way to put it. I was going to say something much worse.
I know.
Thank you for catching me. That president took away
She's on her knees.
Yeah.
A. The A is for accessibility. I am disabled. He's allowing companies to not hire me for that reason, Candy. So how do you expect me to make it easier to get a job if he's taking away the protections of the accessibility part of DEIA?
I can answer that, but that's not my problem.
It's not your
Right, it's my problem. And then people like you are my problem because you want to come up and say, oh, there's jobs out there. Maybe there are, but not for everybody, Candy. We all can't work in a trailer park.
I don't work in a trailer park.
You should. It seems like you do.
I have
You need to mind your own business is what you need to do.
I have a
And I had that message for you yesterday when you were up here running your fat, toothless mouth, and you left the already, so I wasn't able to come up here and say it. But I'm up here to say it now. I'm sick of people like you. Mind your own fucking business.
Like I said, I even
Mind your own business.
house with a pool house,
Mind your own business.
a privacy fence, all paid for, no bills to pay for them. There's not even.
Good for you. Candy, I need you to get to work. I need more food stamps.
You say you don't have any bills to pay with a paid off house?
All I pay is my yearly taxes, phone, cable, power, and water.
You say you don't have insurance?
I own my car too. Yeah, it's covered under yeah. I have home insurance and car insurance. My car is paid off. So I have those monthly bills. Nothing else.
Well, good for you. Good for you, Candy. Do you think everybody in this country had that same opportunity?
No, my
Do
boss.
you think everybody in this country had the same capability of health that you've had?
She doesn't care.
Pay for my parents.
Don't care. Well, Candy, do me a favor. Go bury your head in the sand and do not ever show your face in the public or around me or in this live ever.
You don't lose my stay. I'm pretty sure of that.
And you know what I'm gonna say before I wait? She lives in South Carolina. There's no FEMA money. Good luck next time a hurricane comes, takes your house out that's paid off.
Yep, thoughts and prayers.
People that disgusting.
Just
I mean,
vile.
That is vile. That is vile. I mean, so everybody understands when people say that they're raising when they come to you and they go, "Oh, they're just raising the age to 67." That's a cut. That is a cut to Social Security. A big one. People like me, I've turned 60 years old in a month. People like me in my age group, I'm not going to have the problem some of them do, but a lot of people like me were working to retire around them at 50, anywhere from 59 to 62 to 65, depending on how much they needed, looking to retire. When we have people that come here and say they don't care that people have worked their entire lives, what is that about?
Oh, somebody come up and go ahead.
Yeah, but wouldn't it? Sorry about that. When people come into these lives and say they don't care about people, they're retiring or how they work or how they live, that is the most disgusting thing in the world. Like Mitria said, mind your own damn business. People have worked their entire lives for these moments so they can retire and enjoy the rest of their lives without having to think about waking up every morning to a job. If we get to the point that we think it's okay that we should work from cradle to grave without any breaks, without retirement, without enjoying life, we've lost.
I agree. And you know what? Karma's a bitch. Karma has all the addresses and karma never expires. I hope that she gets everything she voted for. Times
I'll be
10.
watching the Weather Channel intently this summer to see when the hurricane hits South Carolina, and I'll hope that her trailer stays afloat. I'm sorry, people like that just drive me nuts, Diab. I'm sorry if I lost it a little bit.
No, I can't stand the inhumanity. That's what drives me crazy. They're so fucking selfish. They're psychotic. They're selfish. They don't care about anybody but themselves. They're just grotesque human beings. They're just grotesque. And somebody just said they hope AI takes her job.
Well, if her job is typing,
if it's that easy where she just has to sit behind a computer, it probably could be. Mitria, you want to do a quick commercial break while I run potty, and then
I just wanted to come up also on top of rating Candy for Phil. I wanted to do a quick commercial for you, only because I feel like the likes are kind of staggering a little bit, everybody. So if we can show Diava some love and make sure that we're hitting that screen real good. There's over 1,000 people in here. If we each hit it 100 times, we can get almost to 400,000 just that quick. So please, guys, if you can start doing that, make sure to share out the live as well. Don't forget the gifting goal, per usual. Subscriptions are open and they should be working for everybody again. You lied yesterday, someone said they were not, but I think that they're working fine for most people. So please make sure that you do that as well. If you'd like to contribute a little more directly, Diava does have her Venmo and Cash App open on the banner next to Trump's poorly pierced ear from Pennsylvania. And then also contributing any gifts or any kind of donations to those on the panel is also fine. I do know that Val and I both have Venmo and Cash App in our bios. Any gifts as well help support us and Diava simultaneously. And also, do not forget Diava's merch store. I always forget to mention that.
Well, yeah.
So she doesn't forget about it. She doesn't talk about it as much anymore.
I know, in the link tree in my bio. And if anybody, there's a merch store in the link tree in my bio. If you guys have any suggestions for merch, I can do that easily. Send me an email to diavatalks@gmail.com and send me your ideas, and I'll be happy to add some merch. Am I frozen for everybody else?
What's up?
Okay.
I think you're back.
I was frozen. I was frozen for a second. I was gonna say, no.
I said you need to start that back up again where we take like the ideas and stuff from people for shirts and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
Send any ideas for merch. There's mugs, there's hats, there's shirts, there's tote bags, all kinds of stuff. You can send it to diavatalks@gmail.com, and you guys can send me your ideas. Real quick, let me just do some quick thank yous. Lynette, thank you for the $2 for the $2 challenge. Oops, I always hit the wrong way. It takes me in. Hold on. So sorry. Jennifer, thank you for the $10. For a new leash to keep walking these jackasses. We love you, and thank you so much for all you do every day. Thank you so much, and it was so nice. Jacqueline, thank you for the $2. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you, guys. I appreciate your support. I couldn't do this every single day without your support, so I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request and come on up. Let's chat.
Aunt Beth, if Trump is so great, come talk. You have your request.
If you guys could help with this flash goal, it's just something that TikTok does once every live. It has to have 40 different people give one coin. Hit the little heart, the orange heart up there by my name, to just knock out this little goal. I think they do these.
Somebody asked a good question, and something we don't bring up a lot anymore. Why hasn't the Supreme Court sent the marshals in for Trump and everything that he's done and he's not done with the courts? That's a good question, but I think a lot of it has to do that the U.S. Marshals do fall under the executive branch, so I think there's some issues there when it deals with the dealing through the DOJ and so on.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Woody, did you vote for Trump?
No, I accidentally did this, but I just want to say thank y'all for dealing with Candy like y'all did. I appreciate that, and I can't retire, and I'm 66 almost, so
I'm sorry.
I want to thank you and Val and all y'all for dealing with Candy, so thank y'all very much, and it was an accident. So
No worries.
Thank y'all very much.
Thank you for the kind words. Appreciate it very much. I'm only bringing up Trump voters right now. In about 15 minutes, I'll start bringing anybody else up. So if you voted for Kamala or anybody else, other than Trump, go ahead and drop out of the queue. I'm just looking for Trump voters for the next 15 minutes, and then I'll go to everybody. Thank you.
Do you want to drop me back down?
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you for doing the commercial for me. I appreciate it.
Or do you want me to hang out?
You can hang out if you want to.
You're welcome. Love you.
No, you can hang out if you want to.
Oh, I can hang out. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have to stab my phone.
All right. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. There's over almost 1,000 people in here. I know there's Trump voters in here, so you need to just hit up and request. Let's go. Terry, thank you for the $10 Venmo for dealing with the insanity. Thank you.
Man, that was yeah, she's probably glad she never met me before.
Yesterday, I was doing the fuck dash because she was really yesterday.
That's the worst. I mean, I've had a lot of male maggots. I've had a lot of massages.
She's gross.
We've seen a lot of them here. She has got to be one of the absolute grossest people I've ever seen come in here. And the absolute proof of me. I don't care what happens to anybody else.
I got mine. Fuck all y'all. Yep.
Yeah, even when the roof falls on her head. The thing is, at $60,000 here, she doesn't have hers. She doesn't have hers.
No.
He doesn't understand how vulnerable she truly is.
$60,000 a year isn't what it used to be. $60,000 a year doesn't go that far anymore.
No, it does not.
She definitely caught the boomer mentality.
Like, every time she goes, I didn't need that. It's like, you're not the only one here.
The whole everybody can work thing. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God.
I think yesterday she said she made 80K or six. I don't know. Yesterday she said I make triple digit income, and Jem was like, "So you make $999 a year?" She's like, "I meant to say 6, but she didn't make 6.
I make a 8-figure income.
60,000 isn't 6 figures." Oh. And what's her face? Jem. She told her. She says, "Well." She goes, well, you're not healthy, and you don't, you probably need dental work done. Jim was ran her yesterday. I'm surprised she came back. I mean, rightfully so.
Yeah, I'm glad she has everything paid off. But people, even people with that kind of capability understand that other people just don't have those types of needs.
I mean, she's lucky. What if she had a heart attack or a stroke or, like something happened? That's $60,000 and that job's going to be gone. All right.
Because she'll have to sell her house to pay off her medical bills.
Yep.
When we say everybody in this country, and I mean, even up to $400K a year, everybody in this country is one medical issue away from bankruptcy.
Oh, yeah. She did say yesterday she was diabetic, right?
Yes, she did.
Which increases your risk for everything.
She's like, I have an indoor, in-ground pool, and we're like, yeah, we know that's an above ground pool.
But you know what else that tells me? I know what it costs to maintain a pool.
Oh, hypoglycemia is what she had. That's right, not diabetes, hypoglycemia. You're right. Thank you, Gen X leftist.
But I know what it costs to maintain a pool, especially an in-ground pool. And I'm telling y'all right now, it ain't cheap.
She got herself a cement pond.
It is brutal.
If you guys know about the Beverly Hillbillies, you'll get that. It's a cement pond.
Yes. She just dug a hole in the backyard and put a tarp in it and filled it with water.
I spent, let's see, 2 years ago we did a figure on what I spent per year for maintaining the pool. And keep in mind, I do most of this myself. It was over $20,000 a year to maintain that pool.
Yeah, she don't have an in-ground pool on a $60K salary. Sorry. In-ground pool, she meant a swimming hole. But that's the thing though, when people have to tell you like, I have a pool, I have this, they probably don't. Because like Val, I didn't even know you had a pool. Because you know why? You don't come up here and say, I don't have a pool. I have a pool. I'm rich. Like you don't do that.
Hey, last year there's a time, even parts of this year, there There's a time I wished I had a bulldozer because it would have just been a backyard.
Right. So I'm like, people that when they come up, like, well, I have a pool with a privacy fence, and
Yeah, above grounds are less expensive, because they don't have all the equipment and they don't have the breakage usually that the in-ground pools do. There's a lot of breakage with in-ground pools too.
exactly. If you voted for Donald Trump, I am looking to talk to you. See if you voted.
But it's a pool, that's fine.
Voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. I did hear her say on her way out that her parents helped pay for her house or whatever, or helped pay her stuff off. So she didn't do it all by herself. She's just an absolute shit human that lives in South Carolina. And that's pretty on par for a Trump voter, so. Messiah, did you vote for Trump? Nope, I guess not. I've never seen Val that mad. I know, right? I love Dark Val.
Well, those are the kind of things that upset me.
It's so gross. Yep, the inhumanity.
We're used to the trolls and stuff come up here. You know what I'm saying? We're used to that. But this is a woman with no empathy for anybody other than herself. That is just, she truly represents the worst of what the U.S. stands for. The worst.
80 million people didn't vote for Trump. Wrong.
No, try again.
Try again. Can't inflate numbers. Can't round up. It's a specific number. Yeah, that's what I said. Karma has no expiration date. She will get her. She will get hers. She absolutely will get hers. Right. She needs to be more concerned with dental care than a pool.
Right?
Or at the very least, fair pay.
And she also needs to more, she keeps talking like that in public. She might want to be concerned about what creates that dental care.
Oh, right. Hand to face. Electric Gal Shar just sent me an email with pictures of candy from her profile, and she's like, "I'm being petty."
I think I got a video from Jim she sent me during this.
I love you, Electric Gal Shar. She's like, "Yes, I'm being petty." Oh shit, I love you, Electric Gal Shar.
That's good.
And I'm already getting t-shirt ideas, so thank you guys. I see the emails coming in. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Her username's Candy. I don't know what her @ is on her bio, so that's probably not going to help. It's probably a million candies. And like I said yesterday, Val, you might actually find this funny. But yesterday, her name reminds me of like, hold on. Oh, okay, here we go.
Thank you, Terry, Jennifer, and Jacqueline for the advice.
Okay, here we go. This is what I said yesterday after she left. It got down because her name's Candy. And I was like, all right. All right, everybody. Welcome to the stage. The next performer up tonight is Candy. Candy. Come on, everybody. Give a round of applause to Candy, who is next on the poll.
That Candy makes more than $60K.
Yes, she does. Do they have to reinforce the polls?
Every freaking stripper I've ever noticed, every time I've ever got it with, like, and welcome Candy to the stage. And it's always a Candy. There's always a Candy.
I do have to say, Deja Vu is nationally known, and they said they have thousands of pretty girls and 3 ugly ones. Do you think Candy was one of the 3? I'm just wondering.
You need a shirt that says, "Don't be a Candy."
She still thinks it's $1.
If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Hurry up. Come on up here, cowards. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Chop, chop.
I've requested several to come up.
I have too. Oh, Candy, Candy Corntero in the comment section just has like a smiley face with a straight line. I'm not talking about you, Candy Corn. It was another guest. But it was Candy with a K.
I think it was Candy with 3 Ks.
But I know this is the Trump hate channel, but do things seem bad right now? Bubble Guts over on YouTube is like, I know this is a Trump hate channel, but do things seem bad right now? Secure? Are things bad right now? Yeah. Yeah, it's really, really, really fucking bad.
And just go look at the companies that have laid people off, the number of people that have laid off. The cost, the loss in the dollar alone should be scary. That's it is bad.
The Major League Baseball just removed Pete Rose from the banned list.
That's been something that's been discussed for a decade.
Decades. I mean, long time.
They've gone back and forth with that for decades.
They finally removed him from the ban list today. I think he deserves it. I don't think that was really.
There's been all kinds.
I mean, forever.
Was he betting on himself? I don't know. I don't know what the situation was. Was it wrong? Yes.
Yes.
Was it worth him not being one of the best players that ever played baseball? I don't know about all that.
Other athletes have done that before. They just didn't get caught.
Oh, they have. He just got caught.
They just didn't get caught. Oh, Major League Baseball player Pete Rose. For those of you who are not sports people. Susan over here on YouTube. I was muted on TikTok and I was not even commenting. Susan, put your TikTok name in over here, and I can try to unmute you if you come back to the live. Sometimes that happens with Friendly Fire. We don't mean to. They mean to mute somebody else, and they mute. They've even banned people accidentally. I actually just unbanned somebody last night.
Yeah, on the TikTok side, man, they go by so fast. Sometimes you get the wrong person.
Yeah.
If you give us the name,
we can unban you, unmute you, whatever. Sorry about that. That happens. Unfortunately, it just sometimes goes by in a frenzy, and it happens. The mods try to be as careful as they can, but it definitely does happen. I wish he was still alive. It would have been nice if they did it while he was still alive. I agree. He had a teenage girlfriend. Ew.
Hey, just the baseball career.
Yeah, this was not vouching for him as a human. That's like the whole Abreu Garcia thing. We're not vouching for the man's character. We're not vouching for anything. It's just about the Constitution and having due process. Because if he doesn't have due process, none of us have due process. It's just really important that we safeguard, because if it's him, and then it's you next. Due process has to be followed for everyone. So it has nothing to do with his character or who he is, if he was or wasn't a wife beater, if he was or wasn't a human trafficker, like none of those things are what we're arguing. It's strictly just due process.
Right, and with the Pete Rose thing, so everybody understands, just because they remove him from the ban list for the Hall of Fame doesn't mean he'll ever make the Hall of Fame.
That's true. He still has to be nominated.
He has to be nominated.
Right. He does have to be nominated. For betting on sports, like sports betting, you can't do that when you're a player. All right. Let's bring Outlaw, did you vote for Trump or Harris?
Trump.
Oh, okay. How old are you? What state did you vote in?
49, Oklahoma.
Okay. What did you want to add, or what do you want to talk about?
Well, I was muted down in the comments with somebody. I'm not attacking you guys or anything by me, but I just thought it wasn't a very good look just because you disagree with somebody to sit there for 20 minutes and make fun of the way they look.
Oh, the complaint department's closed. We don't care. She's a shitbag human. I don't care. She's absolutely the worst of the worst. If you have no empathy, you don't care for anyone in this country by yourself, you're just a deplorable human being. So.
Well, and I don't disagree. Just get her off the line and move on to the next one. That's pretty much what I did.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, okay. I mean, I was just sitting there talking about the way somebody looks. But
I didn't talk. Did I talk about the way she looked?
sure.
I did?
Yeah.
What did I say?
Talking about her teeth for one. We were talking about how she talks.
She talks. Like, yeah, because she was here yesterday and she sounded like suffering succotash. So that's why I can't see her. Well, are you happy? Are you happy with the way that Trump is handling things right now?
Not all, but some, yes. I mean, like, what's the sum? I'm so curious.
What do you agree with?
Well, I like the financial side of the deal making.
What financial side, sir? This has been a financial disaster, all self-inflicted. What financial side?
What disaster?
Sir, the stock market, the GDP, the dollar. This is nothing new. I mean, this has been going on, sir. This is new. See, the thing is we have ups and downs in the stock market, but they usually recover pretty quick, and they usually come back, or they're usually due to something that we can't control. You know, like a housing crisis in '08, or like C-19 in 2020.
Like a pandemic. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's usually what creates those things. They don't happen self-inflicted because we decided we were going to roll out a program that was going to piss every country off in the world. And now they're all coming to the table today.
No, they're not.
Not a single country has come to the table.
Trump is the one who got China to meet him or whatever they're out. He's the one who bent the knee because China refused to call him. No one is bending to his will, and he didn't get anything. He got them to the table, and me and you are still going to have to pay 30% more from every single item that we buy. How is that winning for the American people? By making us pay 30% more for every single item we buy.
Has that taken effect? I'm not paying more.
Yes, sir. That's because he put a stay on it because China said we're not going to come to the table.
So he said, "Okay, I'll drop it."
With Canada.
Yep.
Same thing happened with
Mexico. Yep.
Sir, this ain't a deal.
They basically told him.
Idiot.
Well, they basically told him to fuck off. We were at 10% before the negotiation. Now it's 30. How is that a good deal if it went from 10 up to 30?
Just let it play itself out and see what happens. I mean, I'm not going to prejudge anybody. I'm going to wait and see what happens.
No, you're going to wait and see what happens, sir. I'll give you another word for that. What happens to an ostrich? What happens to an ostrich, sir?
Do you think the 4 years under Biden was good?
Actually, yes.
It was fantastic.
Our stock market was higher than it ever was. Our GDP got higher than it ever
Record
was.
job growth.
We actually had positive job growth. We actually had more jobs created. We had good infrastructure being built. Yes, sir, it was.
Says many of the economic specialists in this world. But you were told by Donald Trump that the world was on fire, and rather than going to look at the statistics, you just believed it. And then when he got into office, he says the world is no longer on fire, even though it is, and you still believe him because he says so. You're the epitome of a sheep. The same way you came up here trying to judge the people on this panel for talking about candy when you voted for a man that talks so much shit about women and their looks. It's unreal. We could play you hours of footage of him doing that.
Well, it cost him $80 million.
Because, you know, those.
That's true. $88 million to E. Jean Carroll because he couldn't keep his mouth shut about her.
You know, these things are self-inflicted, sir. That's what we're trying to say.
Now, if you go back and look throughout our time, there's only one other time in our history that we've had a self-inflicted wound like this. Do you know
Thank you,
what it
Rick.
was?
I'm sure you don't tell me.
It was the Great Depression, sir.
Last time we did mass deportation and tariffs.
We'll just have to wait and see, I guess.
That's what you guys keep saying. Why don't you stop it before it falls apart? And we have soup kitchens.
How can I stop it? How you gonna
Hold on. I'm glad you asked that very question. Because we're up here complaining, but we're not talking about solutions, right? Okay? Now, I'm glad you asked that. I'm glad you asked that very question.
Well, that's a good topic because, you hear everybody talking, all the Democrats, all they can talk about is Trump this, Trump did this, Trump this, Trump this, the sky's falling.
Because he does something every day.
Okay.
I mean, you can't help what is happening.
Okay, fair point.
So what the situation
Lori,
is,
thank you
what
for
do you do
subscribing.
about it? Now, if you've come to this live before, you've heard us talk about what we can do, okay? How we can get on the phone, how we need to get in our senators' faces and our congressmen's faces.
Or call him on the phone. Send him an email.
This is not what we were supposed to do. This is not what I done. Sir, what were his promises when he came into office?
Well, they promise on both sides.
No, hold on, sir.
We're talking about holding him accountable for what he's doing right now. We're not talking about other administrations.
Right. We're talking about Trump. What did he promise when he came in?
Numerous things.
Yeah.
Lower prices day one, right?
Has any one of them come true?
Yeah, they got control of the border immediately.
No, sir.
No.
Do you think
He has zero control over the border, sir. See, these are the things you don't understand. If you want control over the border and you want to change how the border works, you've got to change the laws.
Which happens.
Okay? Because the law that we're under is from 1984, and it's called Title 8.
No, you have to enforce the law.
No, both enforce the law the way they could.
Sir,
You can't overstep the Constitution to enforce the law.
do you agree with letting millions and millions and
Sir,
millions
first
of
off,
people
how many
back into
millions
our
do you think
country?
it was? How many millions do you think came in here during the Biden administration?
I don't say it's one.
It's 2.5 that were allowed in. The rest were deported.
Do you agree with that?
Yes, asylum seekers
Yes,
are allowed.
asylum
Yes.
seeking is part of our Constitution as well as our law.
Then do it the right way.
That is the right way.
Sir, this is what I'm talking about. When you go and take people that actually have green cards, documented people in this country, and you deport them, which has happened in many cases, because his promise wasn't about deporting people, sir. His promise was deporting criminals.
Okay, well, show me the facts.
Okay? Sir,
Okay.
90% of the people in CCOT right now don't have no criminal record.
In El Salvador is what CCOT is. Let me ask you a question. I have to ask you a question. How, just think about it before you answer. You can say you don't know, but just think about it and see if you can come up with an answer. How are these ICE agents, or AKA Proud Boys and Oath Keepers and stuff that are now deputized to be immigration officials? How are ICE agents showing up at these courthouses for court dates and getting people at their jobs, getting people at their houses, getting people at their court dates? How do you think that ICE is showing up there and dragging people away that are here illegally?
What do you mean, how do I think they're getting it?
Right. If ICE shows up at a court date and are taking people, they're going for their green card interviews or something like that, how do they know that they're going to be there? How are they showing up at individual schools? How are they showing at individual jobs? How do you think that they know those people are there?
I don't know. How do you know that that's happening?
Because they're documented. He's not going after illegal. He's going after documented people. He's just showing you guys them dragging people away, and you all think that they're these criminals or that these illegal people, and they're going to documented people. They're just getting bodies so they can show you guys they're doing something. They're the easy ones to get, and they're documented. They're not illegal. They're not criminals.
And sir, he's already deported a man that not only was here legally, actually served our military. Let me go get his name.
Yep.
That just happened last week, sir.
They're deporting. There's been 4 U.S. citizens deported as well.
This is what happens when you don't have due process.
Correct.
If you're in this country illegally, I don't think you deserve due process.
Well, the Constitution says otherwise.
Have you read the 14th Amendment?
I don't care.
Okay.
No, sir,
You have to care. You have to care. I'm gonna.
Hold on. You don't care about the Constitution?
Yeah, 1 second, Matria. I'm going to read it to him. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law that which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the law. So it says any person. So undocumented, documented, asylum seeker, U.S. citizen. If you are subject to our laws, you are protected by the Constitution. They have the constitutional right to due process.
If you are in this country illegally, you are breaking the law.
No.
What law are you breaking?
It's the United States Code.
First off,
What code?
You're going illegally. No, sir, it's not.
What code?
What code?
I can look it up.
Please do.
Please do. You have Google in your hand. We'll let you. We'll give you time. You don't have to leave the live. You can just go to your Google and it'll teacup. It'll teacup for a second, and then you can come right back and tell us. Or if you have a laptop or something else, yeah.
Oh, and his name is Maryland. His name is Marlon Paris. Served in Iraq.
While you're looking it up, I just want to say anyway, just because I feel like I'm compelled to say it, there's no such thing as an illegal human being on stolen land. Human beings aren't illegal. They're just called human beings.
I personally would love to know what his credentials are for illegal.
Right. Well, I mean, it should be the law. See, that's the thing. The law doesn't care about your feelings.
Correct. Same with seeking asylum is a legal process, and you have to step on U.S. soil in order to claim it.
Just come off mute. I'll help you out. Because I just don't want to sit here in silence.
Yeah, you can come. You can unmute Outlaw.
The ballot's so peaceful.
I know, right?
Speech. Let me send Outlaw a
Request to turn on the microphone.
Back on. Outlaw, you just had to hit the little request. Turn your mic back on. If you don't know where the mic is, it's down at the bottom next to the where you type in your comments.
It has to be 8 U.S. code 1158 or 1135, 1325 or whatever, because that's the only code. Yeah, that's the only code we have. Do 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 do. And you don't know if someone broke the law without due process.
It's U.S. Code 8-1325.
That's what we just said.
1325, that's, what did I just say?
8 U.S. code of 1325, what I just said.
Okay, so 8 U.S. Code 1325 says if you cross the border not at a checkpoint, it is a misdemeanor, correct?
11:58.
Okay, because the minute that person crosses that border and is caught, and they say, "I want to claim asylum,"
They are no longer here illegally.
yeah, they are no longer under 1325, because when you claim asylum, you have a year. You have to be on U.S. soil to claim asylum.
But
So just flood them on in from everywhere. They just say, I'm claiming
No,
asylum.
sir. We don't flood them in. They come in, they claim asylum. If they've got an asylum claim, that
it has to be a credible claim. Right.
It has to be a credible claim. If they have a claim, they get sent into the process. If they don't have a credible claim, they get sent back. Sir, so you know, we had over 11 million over Biden's administration, 11 million crossings. Only 2,500 of those, or only 2.5 million of those were allowed to stay.
Right.
And out of that 2.5 million, only about 8%, 8 to 12% of those will
Be
be
granted asylum.
granted asylum.
Yep.
The rest will get sent back. That's how the system has always worked. Okay? The problem with the system, which was addressed by the law that Langford, that we had up, the new border bill that was up, that would have changed Title 8. That would have lowered that process from the 5, 6, 13 years we've heard the horror stories, right? That would have lowered that to 1 year.
Yep. But Donald Trump told him not to pass it because he wanted to be able to campaign on the border. So he could keep screaming, "They're invading us! They're invading us!" So he had nothing else. He already did it. He already got abortion. That's what he ran on the first time, like pro-life, the first time. Well, they got that. So he couldn't fearmonger with the abortion anymore. They got that. The only thing he had left was immigration. So he couldn't let the border be fixed under Joe Biden because A, he said he wasn't going to give Joe Biden a win, and B, he needed to campaign on the border. Can I ask you what you think about the South Africans that the Trump administration is sending planes over to get?
To be honest with you, I just barely caught a piece of that the other night on the news. I don't know much about it.
They landed yesterday.
Yeah. Let me help you out. So in 1913, white South Africans basically took over South Africa. South Africa's mainly BIPOC. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. They've done that in stolen land. They own 7% of that country. 7%. White tea owns 70% of the land.
Correct.
Thanks to an apartheid.
That Elon Musk's family were part of.
For the first time in over a century, they now have a black president.
Yep.
And he wants to fix what has been done. And he should. Do you think 7% of the country should control 93%?
Man, I don't worry about what goes on in other countries, to be
Well,
honest.
you should, sir.
Well, you should, because they're coming here.
What's happening here. Okay, so when you talk about this situation, you need to understand that the most racist thing that has ever been done in this country just happened today. When those South African people were allowed to come here.
When refugee status has been revoked for everyone else. Only the white people from South Africa. Everyone else, he's stopped all the refugee programs in the United States since he got into office. These are the only ones that are allowed in, and they're white.
Yeah, I'll look into it. I don't know much
Well,
about
he
it.
even said the deputy state.
We have the immigration policy we do now.
How many come over, just out of curiosity?
He's got 5 plane. He has contracts for 5 plane loads. And get this, the Afrikaner right here. First bullet point: you do not have to prove persecution. You can get free support from the government, housing, food, job. If you're financially independent, you can go wherever you want. So basically, just immigration skipping all the steps and costs associated with it. The offer stands to any disfavored minorities, white people. Blah, blah, blah. Applicants over 60 will qualify for refugee cash assistance, refugee medical assistance for 12 months. Apart from regular eligibility, if you are a commercial farmer, you can get fast track citizenship. They get food, housing, jobs. So we're going to take care of these, our tax dollar monies for these refugees. And he brought them here. They didn't come to our border and ask to come in. He went and sent planes over there to pick them up on our dollar again. And they're going to come over here and get food, housing, jobs, everything that they need to live.
That's no different than any migrant.
No. Only no. Undocumented immigrants are not eligible for any type of federal assistance. Asylum seekers get $12.50 a day per person for food, and they get housing for 90 days, 3 months. And then they're on their own. They only get it for 90 days, $12.25 per day for food. And then they're cut off. They got to make their way in the world, and that's it. But they only get it for 90 days. They're giving these people a year, 12 months, everything paid for because they're white.
What do you feel about American-born citizens being denied their Medicaid moving forward?
Say that again.
What do you feel about American-born citizens having their Medicaid taken away from them?
And food assistance. But we're going to give it to Afrikaners.
Are you upset about that? Does that bother you?
I don't think that's happening.
They're voting on it in the Senate right now. They're literally voting on it right now.
I'm not talking about the skies falling. They're going to.
I am asking you a specific question. I don't need a diatribe. Does that bother you that is something that's going to be happening to your fellow Americans?
It's not going to happen. They're not going to take away
But
Medicaid.
if it did, and let's say in a world it does,
They're not going to.
but if it did, would that bother you?
If they took away Medicaid?
Medicaid and food assistance.
What do you think they're going to give to these refugees?
What point are you trying to make?
The point is, there are bills in front of Congress that are there to take away Medicaid from Americans. They're going to give it to these refugees coming in.
No, they're not.
It's in the budget bill. They're literally in Congress right now as we speak. Go turn on C-SPAN. They're literally voting on it now.
I don't watch that trash.
C-SPAN isn't trash. C-SPAN literally just has a camera in the
That's the
room.
biggest problem.
I don't watch the trash of how the country is being ran.
That's the biggest problem we have is media dividing this country.
C-SPAN has no commentary. They literally just have a camera set up in the Congress so that we can watch from home. There's not even a commentator that makes a single comment while you're watching it. Nothing. It's a live stream.
So I do watch some of those hearings. We'll never get anything accomplished as long as there's this big divide, Democrat, Republican, and everybody's fighting. And all
Because Republicans are trying to take everything away from the American peoples to give to the billionaires and now to give to Africans. It is true. Stop saying it's not true.
But when did that divide start?
It's been manifesting for a long time.
But when did it get?
No,
Yeah.
It's a very specific time that divide started.
Yep.
I would say
Congress has worked together every year to pass a minimum of 350 bills that actually help the American people every year since the 1960s. And it stopped at a certain year. I wonder what year that was.
Well, everybody has hatred for Donald Trump.
Because he's a shitbag human. And he's a criminal.
That's where the divide comes from. It's for putting things that really shouldn't bother anybody personally and making them talking points to try to fire the whole country up like it's a problem. They go after issues that affects less than 1% of this country. Less than 1%. And make you act like they're indoctrinating every child in this country.
It doesn't happen. He creates problems that aren't happening to fire you guys up. And it works every time. You guys buy into it every single time. And he wants the division.
How's drill baby drill working?
Like I said, you're not going to solve these. How long's the man been in office? I mean, you're not going to solve these overnight.
He has the House, the Senate, and the presidency. He could get anything passed he wanted.
Hold on. Sir, he did this same thing his first term. Put 40 U.S. oil companies out of business. The oil companies are now predicting with what he's doing now, it's worse.
It's not a matter of politics anymore. I think that's where you guys think this is all about politics. Because for me, it's not politics. This is not about politics. This is not about trickle down economics versus, this kind of policy. This isn't policy. They are coming after basic human rights. This is about morality. This is about human rights. Every single person that is in this country, any U.S. citizen should have all the same rights in every single state. It's about decency. It's about humanity. And you guys and Donald Trump don't care about humanity and human rights. Executive orders are not policy. They're not law. Those are wish lists that presidents want to get done and hope they don't get challenged in court. And every single one of his EOs that have been challenged in court, he has lost. Because they're either unconstitutional or they're unconstitutional, but or illegal, can't do it, usurping the power of another branch. Like everything he's doing, he's losing. Every single one that's been challenged, he's lost. This is dividing families. Because people vote, like my family, my whole family's MAGA. My mom, my dad, my brother, my strange husband, my in-laws, everyone. Except for the two adult children that I raised to be empathetic, loving people.
I mean, I get.
Them voting against my children, their vote for Donald Trump was against my child who's part of the LGBTQ community because they're making bills and legislation to harm her. Okay, they're doing legislation against people with autism, which my son has autism. And RFK Jr. is talking about putting my kid on a fucking registry. What country puts people on registries that ends out good?
What bill are they doing that would harm your daughter?
There's over 500 pieces of legislation throughout this country and Republican states, and I'm in Florida, against LGBTQ people. That's a simple Google search. You'll find it. It's over 500.
I mean, to do what to them?
Take away their rights.
Right to do what?
Exist, go to the bathroom, get a job. You name it.
Sir, those bills encompass many different areas of everyday life. They talk about schooling. They talk about bathrooms. They talk about
marriage.
Sport. They talk about marriage. They talk about general relationships. I mean, all adoption or being able to adopt children, things like that. I mean, these are things they are just making up whatever law they can to be against the LGBTQIA plus community. And you just said what laws? So meaning you have no idea about any of them.
So what if you don't? So what if you don't agree with it?
You don't have to. It's none of your business. If they're U.S. citizens, they should enjoy the same freedoms of everyone else. It doesn't matter if you understand it. It doesn't matter if you like it. It doesn't matter if you don't like it. It literally doesn't matter.
I think the part, like me personally, I think the part that, really started causing, furthering the issue, I don't think it's the part that they exist. I think it's when we start getting the males trying to get into the women's sports, and then how
many transgender athletes are in the college level that want to play that play sports?
I know it's not.
How many? How many? How many?
If there's one, there's too many.
Why?
Rob, I have a question for you.
Okay, hold on.
Because a male shouldn't be playing in women's.
Okay, go ahead and turn your camera on. If you're going to be a transphobic bigot, you have to turn your camera on.
Can I ask you a very serious question for real? 100%. And also, she does want you to turn your camera on. So I recommend that you start there because this is her show. I sent you an invite. So for real, is it worth the millions of dollars paid to Congress because they all make $100,000 plus per year? Is it worth all of that money to generate a bill to stop 10 transgender athletes from being able to play in college sports?
In my opinion,
Money that taxpayer money was worth it to you?
yes.
Okay. And how did that lower your cost of anything?
I don't know. That doesn't factor into it. I have my beliefs as well. I mean,
Hey, well, guess what? Your beliefs don't mandate whether or not I'm alive.
it doesn't have anything to do with you that you're alive. I don't think
Sure.
in women's sports and
It
most
doesn't matter what you think. Transgender women are women.
well most no,
Transgender men are men.
no,
And that is just the way that we are born, sir.
that's
I
right,
understand
right,
that you might have different opinions, but your opinion does not dictate whether or not I exist. I exist. I'm always going to exist. I'm not going anywhere. Neither are any other transgender people in this world. No matter how hateful Donald Trump and the MAGA people want to be, your cult does not scare us. We have been through decades of oppression and fighting for our rights. And you guys want to pretend that our rights are not rights. They're a wish list. It's not. We're going to get our rights. We got them. We're going to keep them. And I'm sorry that makes you uncomfortable. I recommend that you put aside your mediocrity and learn to deal with it.
I want to bust out July real quick. Can you tell me a transgender athlete that has ever succeeded in sports? What do you mean succeeded? That's won a gold medal or been won a race or what? Can you tell me one, please? I don't care what they've done. Can you tell me one, please?
Just say no if you don't know. It's fine.
I don't know. I mean, I think I remember hearing something about a few of them setting some records, or dominating in that area. But
For fifth place.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
For fifth place. One of them was for fifth place in a swimming competition. They were competing for fifth place.
Well, I don't care if they got last place. They don't belong there. Sir, what gives you that capability if they don't belong there? Because what science are you trying to use to say they don't belong there? That's my opinion, and that's the opinion of the American. Okay, and you can have that opinion, sir. But do you know why we're a free country? Because you can have that opinion, but you can't. That's your opinion.
You don't make laws about it.
It doesn't dictate law. And we are now voting people into office that shouldn't be there over a subject that is less than 1% of our country. When I say less, I mean less than 1% of our country.
It's like 0.0 something.
Okay, and I mean, obviously, the majority of the country feels that way.
No, they don't.
The majority of the country thinks like you do because they hear stories like, well, this lady boxer from this other country that was a trans man just whipped that woman's ass, right? We all heard the story. I know you did. You don't want to admit it because I think you probably know now that it was found out that she was actually a woman.
She was a natural born woman. Yep. She was a cis woman.
And I'm just going to address your comment about the majority of the country because I need you to be very well aware. Sir, you guys who voted for Trump and voted him in, you are the minority.
Yes.
There are more people that did not vote, point blank period, than voted for him. So between the people that didn't vote and the people that voted against him, you are the minority. You are the ones that think that. And the fact that you used one specific word tells me that you are picking up your rhetoric from either OM, Fox News, one of those. You use the word dominate.
Yep.
And that is such a right-wing word for transgender people and what we're going through.
They're too strong to play. They're too strong. And what I understand is they're too strong to play in sports, but they're too weak to be in the military. Do I have it right, Outlaw?
Jennifer Lynn's asked me a question down there, but I can't respond. So
Your Jennifer Lynn's not in the box. I answer my question. You guys just kicked him out of the military. So, if they're too strong for sports, but they're too weak for the military.
you guys kicked them out of the military.
Yes.
Yes, Donald Trump just got them all out, and the court upheld it. So yes, there are transgender people are being kicked out of the military as we speak. So are they too strong for sports, or are they too weak for the military?
I'm not aware of the military.
I want to make something clear.
You're not aware of shit.
I want to make something clear so we're not spreading misinformation. The court did not uphold it. The court has it basically on hold.
Oh, I thought it just the other day a judge did let it go.
Yeah.
Well, I've been corrected. I'm not perfect. Thank you, Val.
Well, I'm just pointing out. I'd be rude too. I'm just talking. I don't know everything.
You don't know anything. Everything that we've talked about, you're like, oh, I don't know about that. I don't watch that trash. I don't keep up with Congress. I don't care about that. You don't know anything.
Do you know the likelihood of a child being abused in church? And do you know that it is thousands of times, actually infinite times, more probable than them being abused during drag queen story hour?
I would take my kid to a drag show every day over ever stepping foot in a church again.
That's unfortunate.
Nope.
Why?
Because churches are breeding grounds for abuse of children.
Yes, sir.
Why does every church?
You do understand almost 70% of reported come from a preacher
Clergy.
in the church.
Clergy. Yep.
Show me facts. I mean, you guys.
It's a fact, sir. It's a statistic. You can actually go look it up.
It's literally, there's a whole entire website that has all the breakdown from clergy to teachers to coaches. What percentage?
What website? You're good at pulling stuff up. Pull it up. Let's look at it.
I'm not gonna do your fucking homework for you, you lazy piece of shit, because you don't know anything. You said you don't look at C-SPAN, you don't look at anything, you don't read anything, you don't know what's going on, and then you're like, you do it. Then if I show you, then you'll still say no.
Well, I want to see where it's from. The source.
Well, you know what? Why don't you go do yourself a favor and pick a source that you like and look it up? Because there have been, since Trump has been in office, I would say roughly 15 different members of some sort of church being prosecuted for that very crime.
His own spiritual advisors.
Donald Trump's spiritual advisor just got busted.
Dimitri, have you had?
Oh, and that happened, sir. He was arrested in Oklahoma.
I bet you heard that on your local news.
What was it?
Look up preacher of the Gateway Baptist Church. Look up head of the Gateway Baptist Church. He was Trump's spiritual advisor.
Well, like I said, I haven't seen that, but
Of course not. You never do.
Well, I don't know if I don't know how to switch out of this, and
That's fair enough. You can look it up afterwards, and you're going to find out we're true. And he was arrested in Oklahoma, sir.
and he should be. His ass ought to be sit rot in jail.
He should, sir. He should have happened. It should have happened to him almost 10 years ago when it was first reported.
Absolutely. I agree.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
But yet, 10 years ago it was first reported. You knew that wasn't. Trump still made him his spiritual advisor. Are you seeing the problem here?
I want to tell you something that I hope will touch your heart, as a lot of the Christians say. I want you to know that when it comes to drag queens and your guys' obsession with them not being around the children, I will tell you the purpose behind that. Because we have experienced in my community more loss by self-deletion of LGBTQ youth than you guys care to acknowledge. The only thing they're trying to do, the only goal, is to say, look, you're not alone. That's what the point is, because what we found, and I'm going to say you guys, sorry if you take this personally, what we have found is you guys in the cisgender, straight, YT, especially Christian community, you guys get rid of them. They become an embarrassment to you. They go out and they get themselves into all kinds of trouble with substances and smex work, we'll say, and then they wind up unalived or they do it themselves. So we are trying to prevent those things from happening, and that is one of the biggest reasons for Drag Time Story Hour and stuff like that. We're just letting these people know you can have fun too. You can live your life too. You can become an adult. We're not trying to do anything like any of these priests or pastors you're hearing about right now. I can speak for almost the entire majority because there's been very few, if any, cases of this. We're just trying to protect the youth that are not being protected by the people that scream at the top of their lungs to protect the children. When really they mean protect the straight children.
Should just be children.
It should just be children.
You guys don't want to feed children. You don't want to educate children. You don't want them to have medical care because you're about to strip away their Medicaid. You don't want to do anything. You guys are just pro forced birth. Once they're here, you don't give a shit.
On the bill that is sitting in front of the Senate right now cuts Medicaid by $880
billion.
Sir, do you know what the budget? Do you know in 2024 what Medicaid spent? Let's hear it. $880 billion. That was the entire budget.
And they're only cutting it, Outlaw. This is the mind-blowing part for me. The only reason why they're cutting Medicaid is to do the tax cuts for the millionaires, billionaires, and corporations. That's all that's in the continuing resolution. There is nothing in there for you or for me. All of it for the richest people in this country, and they're taking it from the neediest people in this country.
And really what it comes down to, sir, what people don't realize because you really don't pay attention to government, I get that. What you really need to realize is the man has already reached the government cap, his spending cap.
The debt ceiling's hit. He can't do anything else.
They can't go any higher on the debt ceiling. And what's happening is he's trying to cut everything he can to keep one promise that he made. And that was tax cuts to corporations and the ultra wealthy in this country. His tax plan, which he has put out, you can go read, is estimated to cost the American taxpayer $4.4 trillion in its first 4 years.
And that's all Joe Biden spent in his whole 4 years. Donald Trump is spending that in the first 4 months.
But you guys act like this. It doesn't matter if it's Democrat or Republican. This has been going on for a long time.
No, it has.
No.
Trickle-down economics has been. No, hold on. He's right about that. Trickle-down economics has been going on for a long time.
But it's never worked.
It has never worked. And who and what party keeps pushing forward trickle-down economics?
I will say
Reagan, Bush, Trump.
Clinton is one of the only ones that
He balanced the budget.
did a pretty fair job.
A Democrat.
Why was he able to do that, sir?
Tell me.
Because he got rid of trickle-down economics.
Correct.
Corporations, more taxes.
Yep.
Barack Obama did the same thing, but he couldn't go as far as Clinton did because of what he walked into.
Right.
So remember what Obama walked into?
A housing crisis.
So I hear a lot about the billionaires.
Because it's true, though.
Well, here's my stance on that. I don't think we should penalize them for being successful.
We're not penalizing them. It's making them pay their fair share.
If I can finish.
Amazon should not pay zero fucking taxes, and I have to pay $10,000 a year. That's not fair.
Can I finish?
Yeah, sorry, but the whole.
What I was going to say is, I don't think that we should just go after them because they've been successful.
We're not.
We're not going after them because they're successful, sir. Who made them successful?
I'm trying to finish.
The
I know
workers.
what you're going to say. You just spit it out. You don't think
We've heard it a million
you don't
times.
think they should pay their fair share, right?
Absolutely.
That's what you're getting to. So, and we agree with that. The problem is do you know what the corporate tax rate is right now?
No.
I'm gonna guess 30-something%.
It's
21.
21%.
And he wants to bring it down to 15.
Yeah, hold on. Let's get the whole story. That happened under Trump when he lowered it from the 26 that Obama had that to the 21. Now, here's where things get ugly. Okay? Because of the tax giveaways and you get tax breaks for this, your company gets tax breaks for this, your companies get tax breaks for this, which we all know from both sides are mainly BS, right? We do know that.
Hey, that guy did make a good comment in the comments there. I do agree.
Val's talking to you though. Please stop reading the
I'm
comments.
talking to the comments. The thing that you need to understand, sir, is the tax rate for the corporations is 21%. Now, of that 21% from all corporations they're supposed to receive, what percentage do you think the government actually received since the TCJA that Trump put into place?
Probably very little.
8%.
No, I mean I don't
Do
disagree.
you know what that number was under Obama?
Let's hear it.
It was 19%. Do you know what that number was under Clinton?
Or 20-something.
It was like almost 30%.
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
Okay, that is the difference with what Trump did, and what he's asking for now is to lower it
Even lower.
another 6%. He has touted as low as 15%, which would lower what the government actually receives as low as what 3-4%. If math holds up,
Who's going to make up the difference? Oh,
us, because we're getting a tax increase under that plan that he's got out there right now.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
why would you vote for that?
Problem, sir.
Well, I mean, there's plenty of things I don't agree with on the Democratic side either.
Sir, the one thing we should all agree should never happen is that the middle class of this country and the wealth gap in this country,
It's fucked up.
middle class keeps shrinking and the wealth gap keeps growing.
I agree. I'm in the middle class, man. I get it.
Okay, that
Then
should
why-
be something all of us agree on, and that should be a hard no on any other BS people want to talk about.
I don't give a fuck anything else that the Democrats had on their agenda. That alone, you should not ever vote for another person who's going to keep giving tax breaks to the rich people and making us pay more.
Well,
Our tax dollars should go to us.
to be honest, not all Democrats have done much to help either.
They haven't made it worse.
Hold on, your own words are about to bite you.
Yep.
What did Bill Clinton do?
Right. There are some that have been successful.
Okay, hold on. What did Barack Obama do?
Made it better.
Now hold on. Now we're going to go through real history because you sound old enough to probably know some of this. What happened? What happened under Reagan at the end of Reagan and Bush? The first Bush. What happened?
Tell me.
That would be the bank crisis, right?
Yep.
Where millions of Americans lost their pension. Would that be correct?
So going back to
Hold on. I'm not done. Where
Okay,
millions of people lost their pensions, correct?
Okay.
Okay. What happened at the end? What happened at the end of Bush 2?
Housing crisis.
Okay. Where millions of people lost their savings
And their
their
homes.
houses. Okay? And what happened at the end of
Trump's first term.
Let's hear it. You're telling me.
2019? He's the only president in modern era. This is since FDR, sir. The only president in the modern era to have a minus job figure.
Because he mishandled it.
Even Bush Jr. had a positive job figure at the end of the housing crisis, which was far worse than C-19.
So every Republican president has caused a recession, has caused a problem that the Democrat then had to come and bail them out. And then you guys vote for another fucking Republican that does it all over again. Every single one. Every Republican president since I've been born. I was born in 72. They have put us into a recession.
And I'll be honest with you. I mean, guys, there's some things I agree on and some things I disagree on. And I have my opinion, and I have my opinion on some of the things we were talking about. But I think that is what has, pushing all of that rhetoric and yada, yada, yada.
You guys pushed it. We didn't push it. We didn't push it. We responded to all the bills and all the hatred towards LGBTQ people. We responded by leave them alone. They're American citizens. You guys are the ones who pushed it constantly. Donald Trump pushed it. On this election, he spent over $300 million on TV ads against transgender people. You guys pushed it. We were trying to protect them and their basic human rights and their dignity because they're human beings. That is not us pushing it. We were just telling you, hey, we should accept them for who they are because they're human beings. You guys were the ones pushing it and shoving it down people's throat. You guys were the ones who were making it an issue because before that, they just lived amongst us and everybody just fucking lived their lives and left people alone. You guys and Donald Trump started it.
Yeah, the truth of the matter is the last LGBTQI bill that Democrats really pushed was the Marriage Equality Act.
That's it. Let them get married and be miserable like the rest of us.
Yeah, and right. I mean, a lot of that stuff started, and then it kind of started rolling downhill. But I mean,
no, that was by you guys, not us. Nope.
By us, sir.
Nope.
Well, again,
we were defending people because they were being attacked. That's what Democrats do.
I understand, but that's how everything kind of snowballed.
No, it's not. It's you guys. It's Donald Trump. It is Republicans. It is Nancy Mace talking about transgender people in bathrooms every time she gets on the fucking House floor. It's Marjorie Taylor Greene every time they get in front of a microphone talking about transgender people. It's y'all. It's you guys. We were defending them because they're human beings.
Yeah, but I got to drop. I got to head for a meeting with my mom.
Okay. Thank you, Val.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it's already time. Sorry for all the friendlies that have been waiting. Usually I do friendly time between 6 and 7. You came up and you've had the whole last hour. I will say that I do appreciate that you're being cordial. I'm extremely passionate because I believe in basic human rights. I believe all people deserve dignity and rights. And I believe all people deserve to eat and have a house and all of these things. So I do appreciate it. And I get super passionate. I get super passionate because I have a child who's part of the LGBTQ community. And because she's literally a child. She's 11. Okay. She's literally a child. She was born this way. So all the people who are always like, oh, it's your choice. It's not a choice. It's just who they are. Okay. And so I will defend my child and her rights and her dignity of being able to be who she is without feeling bad about herself because people don't understand it or they don't like it. You don't have to understand it and you don't have to like it, but leave them alone.
Well, I think we're just, we're a little on the opposite ends of the spectrum, and that's okay. But, you guys didn't tear me up too bad.
I mean, I was raised, are you Christian?
Yes.
I was raised evangelical Christian in a very high demand religion. I was controlled. I was segregated away from the world and brought up just in a very small bubble of the same religion. Okay. I wasn't allowed to have outside friends. I wasn't allowed to listen to outside music. But what I tell you, Outlaw, is that what I did do, which I'm not a practicing, Christians are hypocrites. I don't have anything to do with them anymore. But I listened. I listened when I went to church. I listened when they told me to love your neighbor as yourself. I listened when the Bible said to welcome the immigrant as a citizen, because you were once an immigrant in the land of Egypt. Jesus himself, Mary and Joseph were fleeing King Herod, who wanted to unalive him, and they fled to go over to another country to save their life. They were refugees. Okay. I listened when they said that you're supposed to feed the hungry and clothe the naked. The meek shall inherit the earth. I listened to loving everyone as they are and not judging. Judge not, lest ye be judged. I was taught all of that listening. Growing up, I listened and I put it into practice. And now I'm called a libtard and a snowflake, and you're just a liberal. I listened and I did what Jesus told us to do. And I get demonized by my family by being a crazy radical liberal because I listened to how I was raised. I listened to what I was taught in church. And the reason I don't go to church and I left the church is because the modern day church and the modern day MAGA people do not follow the teachings of Christ, or they wouldn't have voted for Donald Trump, because he doesn't embody any of it. My mom also told me, you are known by your fruits. You are known by the company you keep. And if your fruits are rotten, there's no Holy Spirit found there. And if you think heaven's going to be segregated, that there's going to be a legal alien side, a white side, a people of color side, and that you don't have to live, if you can't live on earth with them here without wanting to kick them out of your country, you ain't going to heaven, because it's not going to be segregated for you. So if you can't live with them here on earth, you don't have a snowball's chance in hell of ever making it to heaven. So you might want to check yourself. And that's why I'm a Democrat, because I was taught to care about my fellow man, stand up for the marginalized. That's what Jesus did. He went into the leper colonies, into the whorehouses. He didn't go around to the synagogues. He didn't go around to all the good, pure people. He went to where the sinners, quote unquote, were. All right. And to love them anyway, to take care of them anyway. And that is why I'm a liberal. So you might want to do some soul searching, because you are on a wayward path, my friend. What you're doing here on earth is not Christ-like. It's not godly. And you might want to search your heart, because what you're doing is wrong.
I disagree, but I wish the best for you too. I'm not no ill will towards you. You believe in what you believe in, and I believe in what I believe in.
Yeah, well, I'm 100% better than you, and you better check your heart, because there's no way in hell you'll ever walk through those pearly gates with the hate that's in your heart.
I don't have any hate.
Yep. So you have the day you deserve. Mic drop.
For real. Sorry I had to go mute there. There was a problem outside, a lot of yelling.
So you disagree with the Bible. Exactly, hey Booski. He's like, well, we just have to disagree. You disagree with the Bible? Again, you might want to go search your soul, outlaw. Out. Thank you for subscribing. Whew, that felt good to get off my chest. Oh my God. That felt so good to get off my chest. Ooh. Sorry. I hate the self-righteous ones, like, we're just God fearing. Dude has never clearly read his Bible.
Right. No, you got him. I appreciate it. But you can drop me down, love. I need to go get ready for
I know. Thank you so much for hanging with me. Thank you for
Thank you for having me. I love you.
love you. Love you back. Bye. If you don't stand up for the marginalized, are you even following Jesus at all? Should I start me a Diavatalks church? Would y'all come and listen to me preach? If you want to go back and listen to all that again, it'll be on YouTube as soon as I get off of here, because every single day, every single live is cataloged on YouTube. I won't call it first. I won't call it church. You created your church today? Thank you, guys. Thank you. That felt good. That felt good. I might clip that. That was good. I think more people on the internet. If I clip that and I post that, will all of you promise to repost it to get it out there? Because I think more people need to hear that, especially these fake Christians. The divine Diaba, I will take it. I will take it. You guys are awesome. Thank you. I'm so sorry. Oh, let me real quick. I'll go a couple minutes. Brainworm, you said you had something really funny. Actually, here. If you guys could say something for like two, if each of you took like 2 minutes, I'll let just the four friendlies that are in the box. If you just take 2 minutes, I'll stay an extra few minutes. If it gets too long, I'll have to go. Diava the Divine. I will take it. Mega repentance. You're welcome, Sherry. I was calm with him till the end, but that whole Christianity thing bites me. It just gets me in the ass because it's probably because it's all things I wanted to tell my parents. Opie, you weren't connecting. I'm so sorry. I think that's all that I wanted to say. I wanted to say to my parents, just that forcefully too. But my dad usually would not. A49 is Freak. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Go ahead.
I just wanted to come up real quick because I know Outlaw was saying that Medicaid isn't going to be cut for anyone that everything will be all right.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to point out that is factually not true. You look at the bill. Congress is in this bill is giving the states the determining factor if someone needs Medicaid or not, for starters.
Right.
As well as they want to give in this bill each state permission to say, hey, if anyone is performing A, B, that clinic that receives Medicaid funds, they don't get anything. So that would mean hospitals, anyone that uses AV services, as well as they want to shut down senior care centers that receive Medicaid funds as well.
Yep.
So yes, it is going to affect people who use Medicaid. And I just want to point out in regards to me, when I was talking about this last night, the Trumper was telling me I don't need to worry about anything because I'm disabled. But here's the thing. She was saying, don't worry about friendly fire. Nothing's going to happen to you. Yeah, well, the Trump administration said they wouldn't deport Americans either. And look how much that's already happened.
And they said they wouldn't overturn Roe v. Wade either.
Yeah. So when disabled people are someone on Medicaid that has more experience than you, Aqua, when you say you knew nothing because you don't watch anything, actually listen to the people being affected by it next time.
Exactly.
So, okay, all right.
Bye. Thank you. 849 Street. Love you. Bye. Thank you. Thank you for keeping it brief. I appreciate it. Laughed. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. That felt good getting that off my chest.
So, I've come up before, and I just want to say this again. I love you and Val. Y'all always make my day, especially educating people, or at least attempting to.
We try.
I want to make this real quick. I just want to say this to you, and I wish Val was still here. Think to yourself, those 3 people that you just spoke with are reproducing. So imagine what our future looks like.
Right.
Yeah. I just want to share that with you. It's been gnawing at me, especially with Candy, I believe it was.
Oh, Lord.
She's like, I have kids. I was like,
oh God. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like,
reproduce. It's only going to go downhill from there.
Exactly.
I like what you said as far as karma goes. It's going to bite her, and it's going to bite her real hard. And then I guarantee you she's going to turn around and expect the same people that she didn't have any sympathy for to have sympathy for her.
Yep. Or she'll be she'll be on TikTok crying about, I need to go fund me because I lost my house, I lost my job. Oh my God. Like I will help no one. Now I was just gonna tell you real quick, and I know I'm the one who said to keep it short, so this is on me. My son, my adult son, donates a lot to charity. Like every Christmas he he adopts whole families, and he buys everything on the kids' Christmas list. Usually, like when you do adopt a family, you get one, every kid like one or two toys. No, my son gets every single thing on all of those kids' Christmas lists, provides the entire Christmas for these families, and doesn't tell anybody, and he does it anonymously. So they don't even know it's him. Okay. He does that every single year. He does other things throughout the year. He adopts families. He helps people. He donates to people's GoFundMe's. He'll just go to GoFundMe and just start reading through and find people to help just randomly. Mayday Amy, thank you for subscribing. So now his criteria, if he gets their name, finds them on Facebook and finds out if any of them are Trump supporters. And if they voted for Donald Trump, he will go on to the next person and find someone that didn't vote for Trump, and then he'll help them.
I love that.
So I raised me a very empathetic young man, but also petty as fuck like I am.
Trust me, I get it. And I love hearing that, because when me and my mom got custody of my nephew and my niece, there were a few times we had to do the angel tree here in Tennessee. And that helped out tremendously.
Of course.
And it makes you feel good to know that there are people out there who care. It's just the upsetting part is they're few and far between.
Yep, I agree.
My mother and my grandmother raised me on a simple saying: never look down on someone unless you're picking them up.
That's right. Because you might find yourself right down there.
Yep, exactly.
And be careful who you choose to hate, because that might be someone in your family that you don't know about.
If you hate someone, they have control over you.
That's right.
Never let someone have control over you.
That's right. Thank you, Laughed. I really appreciate you coming up. I got to jump because I got to feed the kids, and I got to get bouncy balls at least to say something, to be kind.
I love you to the moon and back. You have a great evening.
You too. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bouncy, real quick.
I heard you talk about your church, and I know that you were referencing it in a joking manner, but I'm celebrating because I just registered my church today. I created one here in the state of Washington in response to, I don't know if you're aware, but Border Patrol is now setting up checkpoints further out from the border.
Yes.
And so my concern is that they're going to slowly make it more difficult for women to pursue abortions, and make it difficult for women to go into Canada. Because I've had that conversation with my gynecologist, and that was what she told me. Because I ended up getting an IUD because I was concerned about this. But she told me that the backup plan is Canada. But now that they're setting up these checkpoints, I truly believe that that's their intention, is that if you're pregnant, they'll be asking these questions. And then with the suspension of habeas corpus, my concern is that they will then imprison the women indefinitely, because they have a history of doing this, until they have the child. So, like I said, I created my church. I don't know. This is a test case. But I'm hoping that if people are wishing to travel back and forth between Canada and the United States, maybe I could use my church as a way to help with that transportation.
Gotcha.
Even going so far as transporting goods and medical services and supplies if necessary. So that's all I wanted to do. Is when you said that, I just wanted to come on and celebrate, because I registered with the IRS today, and I'm happy.
Good for you. That's good work. That's called malicious compliance.
It most certainly is. Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you. All right. Bye. That's awesome. I love it. All right. You guys, thank you so much. Today was an awesome show. Great. Today had great conversations, great message. I will try to get that clip tonight, if not tomorrow. I do have a life off of TikTok. I know. But I'll try. Anyway, love you guys. See you tomorrow. Thank you for all the likes, the loves, the tips, the gifts. Sandy, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the subscriptions. Thank you for the Cash App and Venmos. Thank you for just being here and supporting. And I really appreciate you guys. I love you so much. And we'll be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, and we'll do it all over again. Love ya. Bye. All right. YouTube and Twitch. Have a great night. I will see you guys tomorrow. And we'll do it all over again. 4 p.m. Bye. I'm not crazy. I'm passionate, and I love people, unlike you MAGAs who suck. Bye.